so amanipa no afamu afrimu wenti aban e de ato ne ho so se wonom ye galamse ni sa wie no ogyan sase ne to ho a wo be do friend land reclamation make say wo do ani e kire manso nyankomase a won ma ye bi e wo ho ensase yantam beye eka ahasa aduonu 320 acres ena mpanimfo adi ho dwuma awie ama oswafo a wo hye ensase no obo ade ne paso edi nani akire empotemu ho na wobo amane sen eda abaya kuma so se wo be hye ensase a wo motu so galamse nyina no enseye oswafo Emmanuel ama kofi bua ebo anaiba asante mantemu enra wukuo no enu osi nani age adwuma ya wonmo aye ewo ho no eho pa ye na wonmo bekoso etu anamo atise ye se de be ya nsase tamahodo agalamsefo asan no wonmo besiesie na asan ye japade ede ama my Ghana bim okono na asante mantemu so afo Frank amwakohene eka ho bi wono nso hedi abasobo ema oswafo amakofi bua se galamse kun no eden papa nanso ebra wo ba ye wodi nsiye eye adwuma no a sesei wuhunu se ensunsanso papa eba ewo oman Ghana mu aswafo emienu nyina kabomu ekasaye.
You come in and you work and you fill in, pump out the water, turn it green and plant trees. That's what we are doing. Manso Edubia, come and see what the partnership of government and human has done. Ahana is asking Donana Asset. Until you were first year of 2020, yeah, by year 2025 now. Near the pump illegal miners in Dona. I feel back on the real, but the bar say, you have quiet before so. As I say, you're waiting here reclaiming. The best that I should not position and say, we now projected to see one Franco baby and Jabba Bunde. To bear 4 months in here, and what in the mansion or a good one. Over 9 months, supported by Edmund Ghana. Our Mabuaya over 320 acres of land, over hectares of land. Our Mabuaya Mayatimi, I am Fefa, would do her. I had the package. First, let me see. First, let them. I'm not to say the moon and Tantai and will and the way exercise, I can't be more. Near time minister, to be a tire by nature. I buy no what passe.
Yeah, that's why I and Sasehon and some Honogana Mampani John Dramani Mahama say, and a papa. Say a drew baby on my gun and sass tam in a japade bebre or manfo binum timi faculty council. Now one more tongue a japade no titunin sasse Eddie many pebi. Will be a while to me FSC 150,000 Ghana cedis. Now what the Akota sass a yantam will bet to me the assassin what to why that should be no a jemu shim $2 million. Now what the Yan who say yatam. O man no na asase no ye na japade no wonya mfaso bia emfiri so enti sei aban no etu anamon foforo na wode krata so nhehye bia kotomra hye bedwafie na wonomo atodin divestiture of public property bill ekotomra hye bedwafie na wonomo ye ho adwuma emra titiri ya wode ebeba ene se ade bia eye oman no ajapade se ye asase se eye dan ya wonomo asie no nipa bintimi mfa kwati kwan so enton manipa foforo no ono so ensan koton emfanya ne ho yie nemom ansa na won mo begai oman no asase bia mu anasa japade de ama nipa foforo no agisa akopiem e wo Ghana mrahye bedwafie ama mpanimfo aduadua mu ahunu se ba bia aduro ne de esese won mo jemu na sika ebefiri mu aba no Ghana enya so mfaso mampani mahama kopiemu e wo Zambia Emaino emu ya wane Ghana adehye binumo ebo nkomo no eno odi sa enkomo yi.
Committee, they presented their report and we've cancelled several leases that had not been processed yet. These were public lands that were just distributed and looted. I mean, people just carved up and bought for cheap. I mean, lands, there are people who buy a land, government land at 150,000 cedis and turn around and sell that same plot of land for $2 million. And these are lands in prime areas. And yet if you look at the value that they are giving and how much people buy them for, and turn around and resell them. It just doesn't make sense at all. And so we've got a committee. They've mapped out, not only in Accra, all the regions, what the status of public lands are. In some places, people have finished building and are even living in the houses. It will be difficult to say, look, we're going to break this house and take the land back. And so in those cases where they have processed title, then what we're doing is we're asking them to pay the true value of the land. The land cannot have been 140,000 cedis in airport residential or somewhere like that. So, but those that were in the process of being done, at the time that we came, we have halted that process and we're taking those lands back. But when we take those lands back, it means that we must find a proper way of making sure that another group won't come and start selling them again. And so I want to bring something to Parliament about divestiture of public property. If you want to sell public property, you would need the approval of the representatives of the people. And so any public land processing will not be processed at the Land Commission unless it is ratified in Parliament.
And I know Benada and a church from Pennyfonia Jumaifua, a war or May, see upon Ahudumu, a year, what Junesta or Betty Etia. Wama Semina, and Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, Abejakunua. One more share a toto, a Jumaifua Akachiahon, some no Mudi, Kotuma or 12 Grobia, Womani, and your home. Now, one more condition of service, and no, SSM Pennyfotia home can work 2 and a mobile bra. 1 year consultation, be a nunti. Enre ya Kwame Nkrumah upon kesi mu senior staff so omodo ho agye sa strike no emu kosise mpanimfo betu na mo no nyade a won mo ebeko suku chairman edema senior staff no Owura George Anson wone nsem trefo etwetwe nkombo no and was we fair wages for nsem a wo ka no efri ho a won mo pension sika eye tie 2 mpanimfo atete a ekosi 2024 no mo eno nso wo mu hunu ba bia sika no afa ena nansan suku a na de GIJ ya wo mu epeja ni tumi mu ema ebeye Unimax yapon no enkese se wotumi epeja akyerɛkyerɛfo no nso akatua mu kakra ni nyina mpanimfo abuo mani agusu nti se saa na ekro de a wonom de wo ho age strike num na wo de wo na de agufom se de ebeya ebebo aban ni tuja ama wotu anamopa.
Our Senior Staff Association West of Ghana, and then Teachers and Educational Workers Union (TUC). I am the National Chairman of Senior Staff Association, and this declaration is not only KUST, it's across all the universities. So as we are declaring here, it's affecting all the campuses, and the National Chairperson of TU has also given her blessing. National Chairman has also given his blessing that we declare that today we are declaring an indefinite strike immediately from here. And the reason being that Fair Wages and Salaries Commission has altered our living condition of service without our consent. And for that matter, we cannot sit down and watch. 2 is our tier 2. That government has skipped 2024 August to December remittance to our fund managers and has paid 2025. All the correspondence from our fund managers has yielded no results, and we can't sit down for a peswa of our tier 2 to remain with the government. And there's also a regulation or a law that says that if you default in payment, there's a penalty of 3%. So we are demanding that as well, that they pay the remaining months plus the penalty. Because if they had given the money to us that time, we would have invested and it would have yielded some returns. So that penalty too, we are asking government to pay. The third point is our brothers and sisters from Unimac, which composes of 3 institutions that were brought together to form a fully fledged university called Unimac. Since the establishment,
Empepi no se akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ mpanimfoɔ ebufu sei na wɔse wɔte atua ya na tide nsunsuanso bɔne ɛma asuafoɔ ya ɛwɔ suapɔn ahodoɔ mu sɛ wɔmade sua no nso bɛtɔ ape nanso we deɛ ɛnra afakyɛ kaseɛ ɛbɔ apro ɛfa KNUST ne asuafoɔ ni bi twetwe nkɔmɔ ne wɔn ka ne sɛ besi saa bere wo bia nka sɛ wakɔ strike nti wɔn nkyerɛ deɛ ɛnra de sua kɔ so pɛpɛɛpɛ.
Easier, and I'm a final year social work student. So recently there has been news that lecturers are on strike, but here in KNUST, we've already had our first lecture. So, but we are waiting for our second class, which is at 2:45. So basically, you can see that lecturers at KNUST are still working and they are not on strike. Thank you.
Emanuela, a political science student. I'm in level 200. Yeah, I heard it this morning, but lecturers are still coming to class. They are still lecturing. So.
I've heard about the strike. I've heard this senior staff strike that's going on, but it's not really affecting lectures, right? So I've been to 2 classes today and a seminar. So I don't think it's really effective now or something, because I've been to class today. And I've seen various classes too ongoing. So yes, we've heard about the strike, but lectures are still ongoing. Yeah.
So my name is Dela Okagodsui. I'm a 3rd-year economics student. Yeah, so I've heard about the senior staff strikes. Yeah, but actually for KNUST, lecture is ongoing. Yes, everything's active. Even this morning, I just came from lectures. Everything was active. Yeah, we actually studied a lot. So I don't know whether there's a problem around it. But for
we de awofo ya Mawo University ye hu so mfiri sɛ yenye krado so mba betena fie nti activeness ne nkoso saa mayen yada mo ase aha ne yade kase ni nyina esi anopa ni akramo ye bɔ kwan ato hɔ ama Kojo Marfo ne abedwafo atena se na anopa Daybreak dwumadie no wono de abrawo midin de afia twumwa Kaakyire akramo nyina ne mmom nye afidie ne mfiri ha Daybreak eto aso.
biase mo adom ne na humobro ayekese wo menu mienu so efisa break opem se nundu ebebo kai se fache television so na wo ye the Daybreak anopay ebrel se de shase adwada no ye no na etu anamo no kopem se nundu ebebo o voice note no akire ye bema wate ho nkobo na afi wa shase e de abrain but kai se wo akwanya se o joining on our social media platforms no na enkomo ayedi nyina no ode abrain on Fache Television na Facebook so Fache TV YouTube X ni nyina no ode nkomo no eba ho TikTok ode nkomo no eba ho a ye no nyina ebeche na afi sede ekubia no abusuafo a waje bre no wo hwe ya no pay no wonso ebenya akwanya send a WhatsApp message I was 020 754 3637 020 754 3637 send your WhatsApp messages ni na fabra ho na yeni nkomo anopai nso yene mampani ebedi nkomo ebra ya ma wa kwanya na wabo mampani amane ne ya ekoso o region ya ekoso o district the ekoso o community ni mu no no ma mampani ate obema na assembly members a wo ye adwuma wo ho district chief executive afi ministers no ebehwe na wan ye wo adwuma anopai top of the morning they are known so ebebro enchekra wo African proverb da ne da ka chire de ba na emunchiremu no ede afutuo brɛw no anopa ye bedi hu nkomo abedwafo tenase a enkomo a kuraimu obi ebisa ho asem eye inflation no ba na eba fom na se figures no eye se de tie no a ne wo mu bisa ne se na abaye nsika semu ana ye kodwa so ne ye kotade a saa ne tie ana na bisa ho se tie ka se inflation no aba fom a asechire ne se ye tete ne ma so ana anopa se ankomo no ye beje bre ne adi na ye bisa se the new patriotic party gidie no a efiri mu Ghana fo a won abamu bu ye no mo kan se ye nto abama wo mu bio no enei ye yi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia se gidie no Ghana fo be se nya e wo the new patriotic party mu ansane akoto aba 2028 ana anopei enkomo no e wo ho menu mienu esese ye gibre na yedi Kaakyire maache
ya eja Kojo
na etise
Erade Nyankopon adaroma ade eche na ye wo nkwa na ketrema da abodwe mu sei dia moje dia fusane ewo nipaduanum na kire se ye
Maestro
over
almost is dia ye tika say
ti ominje mu
Debi na se no ade esi ye nde wuntimi metena ha no pe na nka se nye tika kire wo mu se ne ye
ene de yo
The African proverb, no, Emerald. The African proverb this morning says, many words do not fill a basket. Many words do not fill a basket. That's the African proverb for this morning. Kaakyire.
Ooh. Kasa pi. Enye kentema. Wo kasa bebre kenten so si wanim. Kasa no kan ya na mframa de ko. Ebede na kenten no ayema. Enti anopai ya ba ya afutuo ani nkranhye ani yedenam yese mfa wano enkeka bebre se minyame ya de we nanso wote faako empanimfo se wote faako a na wote wade so mamenya mfato ho bi wada sori anopa sekuani wafa osekan wafa wo kenten wakwa kodurafuom ukwa kofa aduane abafie ukọ ye no abomodea tufom banchi watu agu ho uwie ye wabre nti wape baabi apa atwere wote ho no kenten no so si ho kakra na wakai me kofa banchi akofie o na wote ho wode me kofa banche saa wani beba wo ho so no na wonwunu adwo wo be hwa kenten no mu no na da so ye empty fi se eye wano keke na wode kasa wontu anamon wonye action bia na sa wanye action no a ebeye dan na basket no esi wani mu no ayema amo apagya akofie asem na wie ye nyina ne say obroni say action it speaks louder than words me ya na mayenso ene manya anye enenam ade imeyo wan sorry na wan tu hu anamon a na wisi u ABC musa inti wadaroma anopai ye baya ye tufo ni ahye wunkrane se wonya da sorry pe na adwene no si utirim se me pese me kokejetia na me koto ade a sorry ne dware keka wo ho froka na kokejetia enye sa ade no a wo hwehwe no eno ankasa nnante ema wo nchen enti many words do not fill a basket no na eno no wo kasa bebre ya kenten no enye ma agisa wo sorry na utu anamo a wo fa ade ato kenten num na watimi anya nsunsanso the action ni mu a there wouldn't be a result ti yesremo kasa bebre no ayeyie kasa tenten wo hoi entopomko Agnes Opoko agemanyom wase me ya na maye eni menya anye nenam emoto onso ye muso nti metoto makwan ye ebrebiribo ni pantumi nye bibia adechie wo hoi meya me bofo na dwumanu o meka me bofo me mranti bremu ansa na dabone na ba meka me bofo ansa na dabone na ba efrise mi hu yanko nanso na kachi o mi hu yanka nanso na kachi o mempesera de beba nne na makase mi hu yanka ti mi hu yanka mpanisi na kachi tuanamon nne na dache ensunsanso papa bi afrimu aba ama me dase
misramwa anwumi ezese ye produce ezese eba abontin ti wadaroma send a WhatsApp message na yenhwe kwan ye befa so a anwumi ebeba abontin 020 754 3636 020 754 3637 number ya yede atudwe anwumi misramwa momoaye baby I have do no say ye ntwa nwa nka ho a enema no ebe ha yemfa top of the morning no emrel maestro anopai ehina ade yeko
Mofa eno ye sha se ne yedi nkomo bi kakra na nkomo no yedi nyina is about how our government epese or renaming the Kotoka International Airport na me read a lot of things about it na behwe you know already know airport ni no crown over Kotoka International Airport, Accra. It's ewo. One, it is identifying the history behind the airport and how it was being renamed. Secondly, it's also the location of the airport in that. It's not be brinang komono mood in say Accra na kan the whole name of the airport na one and can here say government honorable minister and the majority leader Mobidi Hunkomo say they will send a petition to the parliament and then they can easily negotiate on it. Either they will have a rename on it or not. Bofa, in Komodo majority caucus there, most of them are in full support, say, Yensesa Edino. Whilst in the minority caucus, our opinion of your markings at do manono. Or also say, so almost said Dina, almost said in a moment, some of the prominent people our Mofri voter region, they are trying to eradicate their name from the history books. Maybe you know the Afano. They are very, very powerful. Because when you talk about Ghana, voter region is also part of Ghana. And what are some of the national assets, some of the national monuments, votarians, it is only the international airport. And the Yetiminya, Emmanuel Kesikutoka Din, Ediatoso. Or no free voter region alape. It offer. Konon komo na wo di ne se emu be ye de na se kasi ye yi din di free so ni atuni din se Accra International Airport offer. was in Insunsuan say, ye pepa votarians, prominent people or free voter, or my get a part of our history, no, ye people within the free history books more. Or citing example po editor so say, soccer parliamentar, you okujo to a black or no free voter region. Wakana no atum. He's in full support of what Hassan Ayaga is saying. Say yensi said in the free. But offer say minority na leader na kase onye in full support of data. Nanka minim sen kono to ejina enka bebre na so betima support. I'm talking about the minority caucus. But ekwa say issue we ni a national interest. And enra be hu video bi. Ana Kojo upon Nkrumah bloggers and say he is not in support of changing the name. And I said he's in support of changing the name from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. We were saying that bo afenyo markings video no. Na ka yiti ne nsem na okan we wi a na ka ya bo Kojo upon Nkrumah so de no. Na ka yiti e wi na ka bedi nkomo no wa. Okay.
But even before ye bebo video no. Me pese me bisa say argument no ye say obi en fi voter region ye di ni din ato national asset bi so na ne ni din da so na ye be yi no Kotoka ade no ye no won voter region so pese o ta na chi so ye ku
offer who said me interest, and I said the mind of Ghanaians. Say most of the Ghanaians believe, say especially this generation believes, say what Kotoka did in those years, you know. And Magana Mpuntu Ekonechi. See a step ahead or 15 years ahead of some African countries, you go 20 times. And near man Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Ediegua Kwema no person, you know, because of that coup d'etat, you know, it's Mikoyechi. Offer. I don't know the minds of Voltarians. But Voltarians or multi Voltarians or more Nkrumah say, when it comes to this kind of discussion, majority of us, some of them will also privy to the information, the history, what happens. Not all the
Voltarians today. I'm sure that omo pe womu krumu fu a omo abom humodin esese ye di omu din to bibi so a President Rawlings wo ho. Uyi President Rawlings free ho a yenya Voltarian na wabe Speaker of Ghana's Parliament. It is a almost a titri for voter region. As I say, a ball man basso or my Ghana one. We are sure some being a Kotoka cannot be a good example.
Of that is your concern. And baby, minority leader the AD free banner for your markings the free banner. I had it in mind, say he wanted to politicize the whole thing.
Yes, I'm going to have your marking.
Okay, very good.
That all these years we've had this Kotoka, General Kotoka's name on the airport, and suddenly it is being changed. What is it? After it's Kotoka International Airport, Accra. So Accra is still there. I'm not suggesting any other name. I'm saying that the name Kotoka International Airport, Accra, is already there. Accra is already there. So you don't need to remove Kotoka's name from there. So if you come to Accra, or even in the country, how many prominent Voltarians have their names on national assets or national monuments? This is the only thing the people of Volta region can also at least see as something that recognizes heroism from the Volta region. And that one too, they are being denied. Well, Honorable Kwame Abuja is from Volta. Honorable Ukujeta Blakwa, he's from Volta and is sitting in cabinet. Honorable Fifi Kwete is the General Secretary of NDC from Volta region. Honorable Ahiafo, he is the first Deputy Speaker in this government.
Okay, it is what is a Afenyo Mark no minority leader aiding common said you did on obviously as a unya reasons. Now, omo be no, omo ansu. The no chance as I said, omo ye mo be who say omo bano. But young go to Kojo upon Nkrumah de na o cananavi, yinti common in India. and pay videos email opesi ebono.
And they are in the government and they are watching.
About to be changed. Yeah. Yes. Please, what are your views on that?
I think it's a good idea. I'll support it.
You support the name change?
Second?
You support the name change?
I do. I support it. I think that it should be known as the Accra International Airport.
Okay. So you think it's a step in the right direction?
I think so. I'll support it.
So how is the reconciliation?
Oh, come on. Just a quick question. Well, what's up? Okay, so the Accra International Airport has changed to Accra International About to be changed.
Yeah.
Yes. Please, what are your views on that?
I think it's a good idea. I'll support it.
You support the name change?
Second?
You support the name change?
I do. I support it. I think that it should be known as the Accra International Airport.
Okay. So you think it's a step in the right direction?
I think so. I'll support it.
Okay. The Maestro, videos you know, woye minority for omo nkomo no omo nyina
nkomo no
de asem na aba
asem na aba no poten no between Kojo Marfo and Afia marking we na mo mehu say there will be a peculiar issue ni say enye say bi omo issue between them but the way a national interest and obia won adwenche this is not about partisan politics that Afia marking can easily prompt the people say Votarians and then Votarians should be part of history and ye perform within the free history books more. Kojo Marfo in any other way also support the direction of majority leader. And I say the Minister of Transport said they should actually change the name of the airport and he thinks a step in the right direction. But offer see yes he said Dina, what are some of the things they bit me go through? One, Nyama ba ko betimi di hu kom no say government approval betimi aba through parliament. Call into parliament, debate upon that. So omo debate definitely there will be a particular reason obi betimi passing the vote. And we know the numbers that the majority carries in parliament. Whilst we know the numbers that the minority carries in even Kaakyire force a micro minority in parliament. When these things happens our parliament knowing very well that Kojo Marfo is not in full support of Afia market, definitely, even within the minority, some of them will also be in support of Kojo Marfo, and most of them too will also be in support of Afia market. And the necessary back in Afia market benya our parliament, because already Kojo Marfo within the party right after the election, of course, in 31st, January. Oba Bontembe show how or support can or in Japan we bone video how can one. Most of the people within the party shall say inside to say if this is what Afia Marfo did during the internal elections, they think that he should be removed as a minority leader. And almost for the almost certain so and here we are in a particular issue, a national interest issue. And can feel say some minority leader take his stance of it and can minority caucus will follow up and also join him in having that huge debate or parliament. But this is a particular reason Kojo Marfo is telling people say he is in full support of what the majority people are saying. It's even with the minority caucus no offer definitely a mubeche.
Say said and Sisano bow the new patriotic party mono. Na nkrofo Kojo Marfo din say new leadership na omo hwehwe no ese Kojo Marfo eka ho ebi kura say ese ono na o lead minority no na enye Afia marking abatoe yi ene afutu nkomo no de AC emma ahotoso bi say dabre Afia marking ombese na
Brakojo sa kotoka nkomo yi me hu ni se yen reduce it to majority micro minority assembly and fa hokra that's to me Kojo Marfo ye Ghana ni and I watch na adwene Afia marking so ye Ghana ni enti sa omo internal niama na asase ebobo no me hunu ni se we efa ho ba bia Kojo nam ne ba bi na ebisa na asem na waka na asem Afia nso aka na asem nti emfa MPP internal elections and assess omo epesa omo sesa leadership our parliament sa na me hu no obi adwene enko ena sa kotokanse nsemi Ghana fo emu ache Maestro fitinra oya wo se o kasa edema Ghanaians kasa some section of Ghanaians because Ghana fo nyina ntimi nyi ntum preko pe say yensesa kotoka din. Now if it in ra when nam social media enkomo no eye bebre obi ane said the watch na adwene efa. Ma menkaya de obi say hypocrisy is when you crucify kotoka and glorify Rollins. Ain't them all coup makers? Kotoka destroyed our first republic, whilst Rollins destroyed our third republic. Then change the Rollins Park and the Rollins Avenue in Accra for fairness. Oh, baby, I say any panel so I don't know.
Over yan no say. Ni na yekubita. But Yumbusa say at that time. All Sister Sanya Manemano. Was it the influence of the people, or was it in his own interest and not the SR of her? Kotoka is quite different. Kotoka started in a motive that Ghana at that time in 1966, we were the gateway to Africa. In fact, so per countries within the African continent are now omwo ebudie, omusi kasem ewoye. The economy, and even Kwame Nkrumah Etre Nashima making sure that some of the African countries at that same time, not ya colonize he wanted to help Africa, especially he wanted to help Ghana. At that time, the infrastructures, the development, and everything na Kwame Nkrumah yedi amo minor. Now it was in a good motive and no minor ashishane economy. So Kotoka diane ba it was a process of stop everything, our development and everything under the First Republic, that we were inheriting the democracy at its highest peak of our it's Mrs. Akodachi. That is the reason why most of the people think, say, because of the influence of the Western factor, abrofono any other people, say, where Kwame Nkrumah is taking the country to know, almost stopping once once they were able to do that. And for me, yes, it's a key country in the back. Our country are successful in what Kwame Nkrumah wanted to do for the country. And offer. So the sound common with APM as you will believe, say, at that particular moment in time of her, we had consistent coup d'etat. The first one, and some of the military people they can also come and stage a coup. It even when we moved the Second Republic, there was another coup d'etat. Through that particular Second Republic, coup d'etat by coup d'etat, almost 3 or 2 coup d'etat na sounds to see at sounds of the 2. So, intimian so and son year call another Third Republic. But I said, dear may call Third Republic. Rollins staged the coup before moving us into the Third Republic. It was a coup before Third Republic. It wasn't something or on the first one obey.
But there was a coup before Third Republic.
Third Republic and a coup after Third Republic. It's only yes, what I'm saying is that to me, if someone brings an idea, say you changing Rollins Dean or some of the things that was what that's about this argument, but it is fair on that particular ground. If you want us to go on the debate, say Emmanuel Kotoka, you changing the Dean, it is fair on that particular ground. But what I am actually talking about, and I say, majority of Ghanaians, the generation that we found ourselves right now, we are privy to history. Based on the history that we read, and based on the things that you see, any history, culture, and say, Kotoka is seen as a traitor, is seen as a betrayer, is seen as someone who betray Ghana at that moment, and Ghana economy.
Kojo. Me Maestro and bebre. Masem nyina ye baako. Enra wabedwafo a eba ha. Yewra PV Jantoa, Boatin Datsen.
Ene Dr. Owusu.
Ene Dr. Owusu. Me ne wo mo ya adwene pepepepepe e needless. Trise Ghana ha. Minim die ntia change of name, renaming, change of name, renaming no eya desa. She eka ya ene se wo mo rename Kotoka na se wo mo change di no a ede beba letterheads ahodo esese wo mo sesa no various airline companies womo niema esese womo eye ensakraye bebre na ebesi a mimi mafemu no megidi se ebeye kabo enti se awoho efri emfie bebre na an generate debate bia ninyi ni se nei debate fufuro bia ebetimi aba ho kosi se omo ahase a ye di ho nkomoyi we say Rollins kra so eye cool and obaye efi Rollins abreso nyina na Kotoka International Airport wo Rollins PNDC to NDC ama Rollins administration musa yesesa no kofo ebaye ama NDC san ba biem with Prof Mills adwene no ama Akufuado abewie ne de ekọ John Mahama bai before Akufuado adwene no ama ena Akufuado bai na JM asanya ba tie ye den na afei na sankomo no ebeba timi de won mo a eka se ehu hia no mene wo mo eye adwene se de be ya adaache yen kofa budget fufuro bia magana de ye nim ye be wie abebubo sika kese bum bum bum bum ye sei fa ha ye sei si ye ansa na ye Drew Accra International Airport na eka na ye bebre enti brebra ma amane ama
Anope send WhatsApp message ebre on 020 754 3637 020 754 3637 send a WhatsApp message ebre enuachi joining on our social media platforms na Fache Television Fako Facebook Fako YouTube Fako X na ko TikTok na enkomo yi onso fa adwenkyere no ebra so se agudie mu nsem no yede ni nyina ebrɛ anɔpɛi yede de emu ohwam no de atɔhɔ obi amfa ne nsa nkan no yede ni nyina ebrɛ twɛn ye ba sisi a na afi agudie mu nsem no
Daybreak Jumadi no eguso koso good evening Sembra so medin Habib Mohammed Ben Nas executive producer entire channel pay washa ma bibia konkan Abu Diaby Ricardo Varus and African Luther wo nyina enso boa ma Jumadi no abaso no pay kan ho asra kese yemfa ema bash digital satellite omu ekraya sidiko da bia opal to bia no woodwani enso chirimo ewo abrepo junction ofase kotoko junction o ship mu wonsa 18 aka bash digital satellite na one no adin komo decoder no wo bo na fi installation and afi so de aka ewo hu bia no se obe recharge problem bi na aba ho ni nyina bash ebehwe na waye ne kama enso de ama na daroma ana no pe ekraya se a yatra se ede awu kansi mu nsem eba fisem no dewa ewa hankofo ama so said the hotel say na wo fa edi home come and Andrew games echo so na abrante de Hendrick Gua wakoshe ede ama Olympic Lyonnais ewo France ni be di home come kakra no pai and Cristiano Ronaldo birthday so happy birthday to the greatest of all time remember na fi ya be di home come na mo tentem so yan Chelsea na fi yamfa afisem na en Chelsea ujumedi no so unim se enche the month of June yede yani HM Mexico Canada and United States of America and Mondial World Cup 2026 and also Baso Ghana a qualify COVID Manfo we training say Ghana buying the supporters ebe corner fee Amakota the Black Stars of Ghana no opening part or that Ghana yen sports and recreation and honorable Kofi Idi Adams din komo wachiru say we a supporter opesa oko World Cup shall say na one kasa po sike signs are buying no and share the nisika yenti nchichimu honorable Kofi Idi Adams edituja.
Yes, the policy says fans clear. We should work at it. And until NIAT committee fundraising. So the number ultimately, you know, I may desire say, maybe from Ghana, maybe 1,000 and 2,000 and 10,000 crown fanco. Now so say Sika make or easy, you know. And say 1,000 well 900 no cry iska. Look, basic calculation. Check free hako US and Canada return ticket economy and kokra bebe $3,500 and the infant say the breakfast the lunch any dinner maybe a day maybe one man ukra between $50 and $100 because when I would so you then the baby anipa ne beda a drew World Cup times accommodation no so na ne boa kosoro e di enfa no kra say per head no $100 be 15 days no that's 1,500 the DDA be 1,500 what the coca ticket ho that is 6,500 already ground transport enya maye match ticket maye so per head no you end up spending almost about $7,300 just after the group stage. Yeah, yes, enough from successive government but we say after Justice Jamefe Commission, our Modium report by the recommendation Abanji to minister, we will not use budgetary funds to send funds for ornaments. Mestre say yen na no yen kambo na yen ka ho asen yen bo wo na omo wobi companies or wobi SOEs or betumi they should all come on board mining
yenyina yen kambo na fi yemmo daru sebe ya companies ahodo ebetimi aba on board na omodi sika bebo ankoba ne so ebe dene se Ghana aban benya sika edi supporters enso akwesen sika sem ho edene eno achi supporters edi omo ko na bo no ewo so no eyensem honorable Kofi Idi Adams minister edi mass sports and recreation wono edi atuja no pai yede mu nkomo enso down ewo juwedi ni semfo na fe yenko yene yegusu edi enkomo ewo national issues no openi ani din edi Marcel Desahil wono a legend edi ma agro yedi association for the Ghana ni oba Ghana de ani din oden kede mu agro no wani amfa ma the Black Stars of Ghana okusi na kan edi ma dia le blues na openi na din nkomo ena wachirem se osusu se enema wei ena African football until federation's president ebe sorry agina ho na omodo omo na yesi for ni e bia dache yen African football no ebe timesi ni tiase meso disahe ni nchirem
No, it comes from a long way. We lose a lot of players because our academy are not up to the level. Our league in the various African countries are also not up to the level to be able to maintain the player and grow them up before eventually they go to Europe. So we lose a lot of players who are not yet ready for the high level. They go early in Europe and they don't succeed, and we lose them. So I think there's a big task for president of federations in general to be able to raise and identify these problems. But I believe that now there's quality. As I said, back in the days, there were not so many first choice players. When you look at Senegal, when you look at Morocco, when you look at Ivory Coast, wow, it's impressive. So it grows now. The technicians also who come into the system have to understand the philosophy put in place his philosophy up to the level of his player and allow them to express themselves and not to restrict them because of the category of the opponent that they might have to play against. So it's a whole lot of little details that eventually could make the difference. Thank you, Marcel.
Marcel Tisahi wono enso ede tuja o chirma niema e say African Football Association sahodo no wo di eguna kwamu sebe yan talent ahodo a ewe yanim no wo betimi anachi wona fe yetimi compete at the highest level nyasa abrofo ne de bia da wo nso ebekọ ede agye no yenchemu kakra efu eba honkom no ye dana chire enso ede amu jwere no se enko yanim na fe afisam na mo emra de ye romu e the Ghana Football Association penimpa wono eda association ano Kurt Edwin Simon Okraku edinani epiemo enso Upper East Region okupiemo Bogatanga na unim se eho ena Kurt ES Okraku Sports Complex eno ewo won kragu eno nso 18 ewo no penine koye ene mpenimfo kohye no ochirechire mu se oba ye no oba ho ene mpenimfo betena se ebe di nkomo niema ene botaya na isi nani so mpenimfo ma na asase ya ntam ho no modi kosi sa astrotef no se mfaso e ba so de man kofo am womo Upper East na ominim se enche bi ani manim ye no yen youth teams na hodo ebe started campaign eho Kurt Edwin Simon Okreku ni nchiremu.
A few years ago I visited the region at the time that our football was struggling, and I realized that there was a need for immediate attention to some of the immediate needs when it comes to football. What am I talking about? I realized that the region did not have one FIFA standard football pitch at the time. So working with the traditional leaders and the leadership of Big Boss, who willingly donated a piece of land for us, I commissioned an investment process which led to the establishment of what today we call the Kaakyire 6Am Technical Center on your soil. Obviously, without the blessings, obviously, also of the political leadership at that time, it wouldn't have happened. Thankfully, you are at post, and the fact that we continue to exist on the land means that the land and the project has your express blessing. So we set out the investment, we constructed the first ever FIFA standard AstroTurf. We secured the land with external fence. We also invested in the floodlights so that the facility can be used during the evenings, and then also provided the facility with a standby generator. What that means is that we can power the electricity.
Enkoma Ghana Football Association penimpa odano Kurt Edwin Simon Okreku Odonso Eddie Etuja or the Upper East Regional Capital Bogatanga anopai yedimunsem enso down still yegina Ghana Football Association almost from president as you know yemfe ni enchiremu enso director of communication Henry Asante Chum Mr. Hart and adodo na efra na Mr. Hart dinkomo ne nkomo no efa Ghana yem Premier League no wachechiremu eniema ahodo a ebetimi aya ebeboa ama yen league no a progress according to standards no ebetimi page some say and Mr. Hart and Sudi Tuja.
We believe that one of the things we can do to make the league better is to inject some more money inject financial resources to support these clubs, which, through the support of government, we were able to do before the start of the season. The next thing to do is that, you mentioned that over the last 12 months, our clubs that represented us in the CAF Interclub competitions did not do well. Yes, but you know that 2023 and 2024, we were better. We were better because Medeama and Dreams FC made it to the group stage. Dreams FC went all the way to the semi-finals of the Confederation Cup, and Medeama also got to the group stage. Unfortunately, did not progress to the next round. So that gave us some points. So if you want to compare the performance of Ghanaian clubs in 2023-24 to 2024-25, for which reason this ranking or this rating has been released by this respectable body, then you.
No, Mr. Hart, Eddie Two, Unim Senan, saying when I be told you, I say Africa Open Leagues are your rank here and work for Ghana, yet the account, I say, Tosumba, Kuma, 100, they will be as any other. And Odi home commercial say, I did ever boa am in league in a page and say, you bet me and Jessica and inject Sika into a league. Havana clubs no, a bit me out of quality player, on bit me maintain quality standard of players. As I said, be in film you know me. You know, two teams are free Ghana, Ecosia Dreams FC Confederation Cup no, a boy Kupimo semi-finals, Medeama in a Champions League. Into the group stages and no epijai by Nim Kakra. Name of the last year said the name I call, I say I'm a standards not drop until says it come back. I'm a standards that cost on the say and a name I ever cost so I con and Imtiana, Yemwa Sebiasika, everything about Ghana, Yen Premier League, no a Kasama for Edema, the Football Association, Henry Asante Chimono, and a son come on, I to Jahon Samno Yade Air Down. Jumade in the same floor, Yenra clubs now say enough Yendi and Komoka Kra the Continental Club Masters Phobia. Never say that until the bones are rot Nashidu Katakamrante. Beautiful people with beautiful colors. Woman Ashe, your coach, Masoud Didi Dramani, Tenene, Edema Accra, how to foot me Busante, Didi, baby, I will team that and a baller more on pressure, also ana Didi say pressure, what they say Luiano.
I also came from somewhere.
Yeah, you want 2 titles with Manchester.
So I want everything that matters. And so I don't even talk about it. To be honest with you, I don't talk about the past.
Okay.
I talk about the present and then into the future. That is what is more important. Honestly, I didn't even check who was what had happened. No, I inherit what is at stake, and I objectively accept. And that is what I call I meet them where I find it, and I bring and I continue from there, and I try to do my very, very best. And that is why initially I said, if there's anything that is more than the best, I would have thought about it. But what I'm doing is my utmost best.
Yeah, me beto and I feel so kakra me I can pressure the end and wo agronomy science baby I'm free about a pressure and so no nkoma Masoud Didi Dramani wono e to just say oni madwuma oye abeto akosna if wa hwa abo makra how to folk team no wo mafa omontuma pa and so e friend how to focus yes the tactical Masoud Didi Dramani now me kakra how to folk omo training complex so said the Didi Dramani the project and SEO na all 3 players no okoha kakra no abaha kakra players no so attentively omo 80 yentie feeling ne kakra bi how to folk omo training. No kakra ekoso Accra how to folk problem my sports complex yen free how to focus yen free any enchemu Kumasi Krobia Metema Asante Kodokode Porcupine Warriors Ukuma Pema Apem Beba woman so say coach and Ede Abdul Karim Zito Sariki and so Juadema Asante Kodoko dim komo Eddie Afa Eduana Stars game Airbus on Sunday Kumasi Baba Yara Sports MTN FA Cup game. Opinion the Karim Zito say and within in common.
Nothing happens without a cause, and I think this morning during my address today, when I'm addressing them, I told them we don't have any excuse against Diana. We should go out and then do the amendment or improved upon our match, the match we played against Heart of Lions. So against Diana should be an improvement upon what we did with how we played against Heart of Lions. Football sometimes is like that, but we have to change the mindset. We have to put it behind us and then come out and then fight to prove that we are really the defending champion.
Agrono etoda sa na tie ne mo se ye de ye course so e kwando no 2 ye china fe ye prepare ho against Doma Aduana Stars e Kumasi on Sunday no e nchimu a opinion de Abdul Karim Zito tenene e de Kumasi Asante Kotoko no e de atudwa mu nkom no ya da na chire kama enso e de amoye mfiri Asante Kotoko ye mfiri ani nchimu Nations Football Club o ma say skipper e de ma Nations Bobuko no Razak Simpson Eddie Nkomo, Eddie Afa, ne personal target, Eddie Man Nations, NFA team in Akrano, sees we and the more air training.
Today we are here with the captain of the Nations Football Club, Razak Simpson. It is good to have you here, Razak.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
So what are your expectations for the season?
Like always, for the past 2 seasons, our main aim is to win the Ghana Premier League. But this season, we know things are quite not going as planned, but inshallah, everything will be fine.
Lovely. And how do you feel like things can be improved moving forward?
With a new coach coming in, we are there to help each other, and he's also here to help all of us. And yeah, we just started. And we know that obviously, yeah, we are going to do this.
Now, so we are to share Nipa, we interview Razak Simpson, the former Nations for Nakofabu, Nipa Bakruma. Obusa Razak Simpson's questions are Umiansu Eya no kama na bibia etimi ekonkai kama yevu na fe yenko yerim Free Nations FC asoya Doma Aduana Stars Chief Executive Officer Edema Doma Aduana Football Club opening party din Eddie Collins Arthur Poku unim se danwada na odo ani achirim ewo manima Aduana Football Club mpeni for enso ahwomone Jegri Bekali akabuma coast football na se juvenile footballer egusua ekoso ewo bono ene ne mpatem no omatom ho asuo so omodi sika ebekwa akohyem na fo maboa amana konkani Aduana Stars CEO edin komo ne ebusa so peni edienti ena moto na mu sei ena Collins Arthur Poku CEO Edema Doma Aduana Football Club.
The person the biggest investors in football have grown a half area. And I say, but I'm more than 50. See, a charity begins at home. In the next 4 years, we are committed to spending 400,000 Ghana cedis for the football pyramid. From Division 2, ABC Coast Football. In the first year, I can say they're spending 100,000 Ghana cedis just on footballs. The TV club in Canada by us. The person who uses the very highest quality of football. Now, multimedia Juma. I didn't tell me this is Canada donation football. A Jumana and the Amuya Power ball. Sabon do any Asia, a grobia anymore. See the person football see the mamma. Now, the queen, you know how no film and Kakra. See the shall say they absorb affiliation fee.
Chief Executive Officer Edema Doma Aduana Football Club Collins Arthur Puku and I'll say what church and Yema Ecoso and so Bono and in Potamu Eriche and Opay Yedemunsem and so down at the idea to your symbol our Fissimuno Abdul Rashid Saminu and so Udwani HMU America to my Ghana or born a homo de papa Ediboa Emma Ghana let us know your modern boy and so 80 so now Brantella say Aquaco sign a sponsorship deal. On the ESIC and Aquaco sign and what trim the until choose some ahead of other notable brands are a way we are saying.
I feel good. I'm really grateful for the process. My agents put a lot of effort to get me the deal. So I'm really happy and I'm grateful. Not really actually. It's based on the agency when it comes to deals. So there were Adidas, On and Nike, you know, and ASICS was there too. So my agents say if you're comfortable with ASICS, we can push it over there because other brands was, you know, back and forth with them. So I was like, why not? I have Ghanaian brothers who have signed with them, so let's go for it. And everything started there. I met them at
Ghana sprinter Abdul Rashid Samino and I'll take so in some way and so to your ocean the entire Uchusu as the Kamun Common ye day down young for a fisherman in fee in Romu and so on conform so tell near Faka crown and to also and for my EFL Cup on Unim says semi-final game 2 Andra the city of Manchester City Tenafi Ebo and Tenano me and Emma Newcastle United Womote Ekanemu Bakwa Branty and the edit Tijani Randes Enya go back on and watch Omar Mamouche and so edit 2 goals as also live on your screen highlight no na let's say Manchester City a qualifier Omabuki Sport against Arsenal or the grand finale of Wembley na Pep Guardiola Salah manager and so edit Manchester City after the game Pep Edin Kobakakra Okasaye edifa winner Omosaka Oba Man City in the first ever trophy na EFL Cup what also asking about final bima wabon emrante na baso we no on tiase the entire final no ma give enti munsi akan emu sei nchire sei na Pep edemai
will be good for all of them. So you have to do this experience. You have to do the experience for many of these players. You know, for the first time we won first title in our era here was in the Carabao Cup 9 years ago, and was okay. Break something. You know, when you win something, helps to win more. It's a pleasure to play against Arsenal, the best team right now in Europe, maybe in the world, and for many things, the stats, the consistency, the many details that they control, and as much we play against them, we will make us better team. And hopefully in March we can arrive with the players fit, and hopefully we can convince the Carabao Cup that Mark can play this competition, the final, because it's difficult to understand that the club making a big investment to play one player, to take one player, it belongs to us, and I don't understand why cannot play the final. Honestly.
Pep NSA on Chelsea the entire give final match in the own team will be emunchimu NSA say player no otono before the first leg and also after the first leg second leg on team second fi grand finale and also on team second Anton Semenyo by before the first leg and until team AC one can give Manchester City etono after the first leg the second leg you know or you're ineligible to play at the same time the grand finale on team in Simuakana Omar Mamouche and so a striker Andra when you have 2 goals at Manchester City after the 2 goals on game no bad way Omar Mamouche at the Kakretuja.
On to the final, what did you feel was so strong in the whole performance as a group?
Yeah, we showed a very good mentality. We were together as a team. From the first minute we were very focused on the job, and I think we showed our mentality and our passion in this game, and we're very happy to reach a final.
Your 2 goals, of course there was an element of luck, but there was also the element of you being in the right place and having the right reaction. So could you talk us through those 2 goals and those reactions?
Yeah, of course. I think the first goal was very lucky, but the action before, I dragged the defender out.
Omar Mamouche, a player at the Manchester City, and Raoul 2 goals, Ebuama club, no, I qualify a co-mani, and out so in some way to Jana Eddie Howe, the opposite manager. Edema game like us Newcastle head coach and after the game we didn't come out now we ain't ka krana fi yanko yanim.
Eddie, commiserations. The title defence ends today. It was always going to be a tough challenge with that 2-goal deficit, but it felt like your team went out there really trying to get back into the game. What was the approach?
Yeah, the approach was to be brave, aggressive, try to attack, but obviously with balance. The first half was tough for us the minute they scored, really. I think that shook us to a degree. I don't think we responded very well to the goal, although, saying that...
a manager Edema Newcastle United or no Eredika Kra Etuja, yeah, Detri, Edama, by standard version, no, Ebetini, Abanendra, Udweni, Echim, our France, a Coupe de France, round 16, Leon Etenefi Bomb, you know, Emma Laval, woman Antina, first go Etuja, a Real Madrid Loni, Endrick, Nakwadanu Gua, or the Tuatan on your screen. And I will enjoy kama kwada we since so free Real Madrid heading any HM or France and more than what all then the Edema Olympic Lionel Bobokuno and no and so Edini Papa Tenra one any breaky deadlock na Edema Leon Bobokuna one able 2 goals Laval anti and so anti beautiful goal by all standard and Aquada your friend said Hendrick one also edible on eto at before say in 7 everybody we Ngolo Conte now watching we didn't home come were free Saudi Arabia edi nani akyire mu enso Istanbul Fernand Bachen eho ena okwakuye dwana na asma me arrival ndra all touch it down Istanbul. Yeah, enjoy N'Golo Kante kakra. And of course, so Istanbul, Turkey, to Kai, no, N'Golo Kante, and so air touch it down. Oh, we be a final. Fenerbahce at the official unveiling video. And I must say, he is called the silent leader. Or no, on Tessa or Casanem Jumano or ye El Parkons. Yeah, enjoy Kakra in free Turkey.
Son dakika. Kante transferinde belirsizlik sürüyor. İşler çıkmaza girdi ama Fenerbahçe geri adım atmıyor. Kante ise seçimini çoktan yaptı. Bakalım bu hikaye nasıl sonuçlanacak?
And no, said in Yama Ekoso, and so I will be my so Turkey, N'Golo Kante, one also club and it edit Fenerbahce, Etima Shama unveiling no, Bibia, and so Akos Nadia 2 years, say Buono, and upon Chikese Cristiano Ronaldo, the birthday, happy birthday, and for the greatest of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo, on the 5th of February 1985, and a branch we, Yawono, Edine Bassas, the 41 years of age. Cristiano Ronaldo, did birthday NNT. Enjoying the highlights, no, and in Yama Kakra, was screen so from Sporting Lisbon to Manchester United to Real Madrid to Juventus, back to Manchester United, and then now Al Nassr, which is 1,000 career goals. I got 39 goals per now. Ponchikesi Cristiano Ronaldo, I hated 1,000 career goals. And say, do birthday, Yenina Konya we so now young wish it on a ponche, deche Cristiano Ronaldo. A special happy birthday. And no, any national fan of a fisherman. And I say, I can say, Moon, some of Bob one, a fisherman and confirm also the Cakrano, Yadi air, but now we daybreak and I was so and also where the Egusua, Oshe and so Fatch TV, Waba, Yabaya, pay opinion panel, eba, now on your force and some or maybe do so do sumo and so them yen exactly 3 p.m. and copy 5:45 p.m. That detail. A standard version in Yemfa Emra Pinifo in Eta Chimitin at Habib Mohammed from the special one this year. Na Yake about Daybreak at Waso.
oni edi hu nkomo bia no oni edi hu nkomo send yen WhatsApp message on 020 754 3637 020 754 3637 say yama wakwanya na oni mampani edi nkomo a mesre ochro numbers yi egu ho na ameyo how am 020 633 4646 020 633 4646 and 020 633 4747 020 633 4747 and opay the obo nkrata no ye shase afi the Ghanaian Times. The Ghanaian Times this morning says 800-acre land reclaimed at Nyankumase. I hope I got it right. There's another story that says government committed to moving away from import-dependent economic mode and model. That's the vice president's narrative this morning. The other story that is also captured on social media platforms is the inflation figures that has dropped to 33.8 in the month of January, 3.8%. That's the inflation figure we have on the front page of the Ghanaian Times.
Ebusia for the Ghanaian Times, the Wokrata no ena esha ase wa ha anope na wo Ghanaian Times animu what in sem bebre ena aba na de di mu akotene pa no eyo so fa wo nsase no obo ade ne pa wo de adom ya asase ntirimu Yera Emmanuel Amakofibua anamon ya wotuba asante mantam ha enra na wom kopie mu wo ewo manso nyankomase anopai news flash kase mu kraye bo ho amane won mu kiremu a ensase tam ahodo beye eka ahanwotwe ena abaye siesie no kama amasesei asan agina ne naso akuta ne mudie mu biem eye galamsefuo ya na won mu tu ensase ne so wie ye ne oja hobasa eba ne saa na asase no aye bibia wo ho untumi nya ne hwe nti gise wo mo ye saa reclamation no ena won mo aya sesei de ensase 800 acres wasiesie awia minister eba be hweye no wose nani age adwuma ne ho ho asem Ghanaian Times mu na Ghana mampani abedi akire Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman say Ghana etu anamon kakran enche yemfa ye ho nto niam a ye kra free amanone eba omaimu esubiem yene a ye betumi aye niam de sese refine that dani ye be ne sa pepepe na oman no atumi aton anya so emfa so enti Ghana sika sem ne ntotwe economy no wonomo area ba se bedru baabi no ye nkonko import enema biem sana inflation ho sensem ye ho amane aba Ghanaian Times mu anope omo sese gina 3.8% na wo nkontabuo mu ene wo mabakosem no wose mfie aduasanie ebi nsida we ni de edikan ya inflation eso atia abedu 3.8% chese niema bo gina fa akwanko soro na saa nete ewodwomu ana.
The Chronicle newspaper this morning has a photograph of the IGP and the story says mopping up the jungles, criminals open fire, police respond. The other story that was on the front page of the Ghanaian Times is also on the front page of the Chronicle newspaper. Fight against Galamsey, government reclaims 800 acres of mine areas at Manso, Nyankomase. The Chronicle.
The Chronicle, the Bokrata no to na IGP ene daho Yera Christian Teteyohuno. Waba ye de womani abre papa geto ye wo Ghana ha nyina wo mutu so sa na ewudifo anyambrafo ya won mo ye niam ensem fata wo my Ghana mu na wagye nipa kra free won sem bra wo beje niam na so mfa ma wo mo no wo tu won so santi na no wo so oni nipa ni bi de abo ani wo mututuo na prosifo so tutuo ma moto kra ba kwa eda de obokrata ye ni mo sha wo mo age e de free sa wudifo no ensem na ensase a abaya siesie e wo manso nyankomase ama minister abehwe Aboho amane no so epiemo ewo Chronicles anim.
We continue with the Daily Searchlight this morning. On top of the morning, we had a discussion about Kutuka and change of name. It's captured on the front page of the Daily Searchlight this morning. And Ken Crunchy speaks, and Kroma's overthrow was necessary. Kutuka is a hero. Don't malign him changing name of the airport. And I'm sure he would want to take his bite. But that is after. Kechi.
Bakojo. Second Crunchy Daily Searchlight paper new run no. Inti anope ono so kire na adwene. I was say Nkroma yetu no anu amuditu. Inti Kutuka a hero. Maestro.
Maestro. Over charging or one. Opinion like noses.
Into Ora Kenneth Crunchy Daily Searchlight anymore and an opewa mania se Nkroma se Kutuka sorry to no anu oditu na Kutuka a hero. Oyobia adiano awaye no. Aya ni monyam hye yes ase ehwa no nti mo nyo madwene da se Kutuka International Airport no wono mo sesadin no na wode abre opanini di animo ase na emwa kra.
Still on the front page of the Daily Searchlight, the Cocoa Board Chief Executive Dr. Randy Abbey is here and he says Ghana's cocoa too expensive, driving buyers to other countries, and it's a question.
Cocoa Board penny na ebisasa. Ghana cocoa sese ne board dia bro so senti edion na mo amoda atnaye na no eden enhyehyɛ ne na mo na mutu ede afa ho na se gold no ne board ya cocoa ne board ya mo atete so ede abafo mama obi atumi atobi ana se akuafo no ewie na wo mo de ba motumi anya sika atua wo mo ka nti obisa se eno na ama atofo no edwane ekọ aman hodo so no ana se we na ye Ghana ne Cote d'Ivoire koko hunsem se bejo wo memo.
We continue this morning with the Daily Graphic, the National Dailies World Government Summit in Dubai. Mahama calls for inclusive global alliances. Africa key to new world order. There's another story. The finance minister inspects first gold at Gold Coast Refinery. Our first gold refined at the Gold Coast Refinery. The Daily Graphic.
Daily Graphic, the Ubokrata no any day to us one saying Amania Baye. Say Ghana Gold Board, essay. Ankaneno ana womutu sikakoko no wasasi mu wia. Emfidie eni atena ye bia ni hwa wode beda da ni nti wo ma so no wode kwa amanone na wo mode hu sika kuma bia ba no pese wo bre no ase enti wo ni adwumakuo bia di Gold Coast Refinery sign memorandum of understanding eno ye nti ase apam nkrata se adwumakuo no magye akonwa entena so wo Ghana ha na wo mommoa won mo etuf magudie ni wia pa na wode aba na Gold Coast Refinery so ada ni nyame adom won watumi aye efa edikan ama finance minister wode nani akohye ya won mo ebo adwumakuo na ba so papa se oye ama eni so ade hunu no abamu sa pepepe Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama eko Dubai na ewiase amansan amampanimfo nhye mu kese ekoso no en wo se ebra so se ewiase nyina ne abibrem ekabom na wono mo eboa etoto niema na ewiase fa ne ntuma pefra se world no aye rane no ni nyina kwakoye kwasikoko nko a ya na wo ma sideline Africa to obesere Africa so wo bibio yankopon di nimdie ne adwene ahye mpanimfo mu enti amansan mpanimfo ene Africa enkamom na wogidi se ewiase ebetumpom.
WhatsApp message is 020-754-3637. 020-754-3637. The Daily Guide this morning says, Kojo Bunsu for NDC flag bearership race. This is Henry Osayakuto's story. Nana backs Bawumia after victory. That's also on the front page of the Daily Guide. newspaper. The Attorney General closes Wontumi facilitating illegal mining case, and government reclaims 800 acres at Nyankumasi. These are stories on the front page, the Daily Guide.
And the Daily Guide, the Wakrat Anoba and Opaya, the Waka and say, Orebia Wade, Henry Osei, Akoto, and Ose, NDC, Aba, Womobeto, Edia Yinipa, Obesi Mampeni John Dramani Mahama, Nemuno, one dear Enka, Ubenya, Komo Enfa Urako Jobonsu, Onona Atepenasa, say, Asanteme Mudie, the CMPP for Stronghold. Ena won moyi Dr. Mahmoud Bamia. Enti se wo mo beyi Kojo Bonsu so efri asantememu ana kire se agro no beye de papa. Eho asem e wo Daily Guide obokrata enum sanso ena ban lawyer pani Attorney General wo mo ni wuntumi eni akonta mine nsensem ye a wo mo say wuntumi anya concession tumi die mro so nti wabo awramu e de aye galamse eho nsem e wo high court enra and Attorney General ede ni case juma ya wodie wo mu ne nkrata eso wode kopie court nyina kwa juma bawie wo ma close wo mu case enti court ahye wuntumi lawyer for say wo mo so submission of no case ya wo mu kofamra enti say high court hye wuntumi lawyer for enim say wo mo so ede wo mo de ebeba na ne the Wokrata a Daily Guide and one sem and no sana galamse and sensemi and also one sem epiemu Yankumasi dia yedikan aboho amane no one more edia baby.
We continue with the Overseer newspaper. The Overseer newspaper has a story. Finance Minister praises Gold Coast Refinery over Gold Board partnership, and 169 NDC MPs back Hajia Amina Adam for Ayawaso East MP seat. There's another story. The Vice President of Ghana's Republic. Africa must unite to unlock continental prosperity. Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman.
The Overseer, the Obokrata no amania wadenam ene anopai no so efa Ghana Gold Board any Gold Coast Refinery. Ejuma won ma yewie ma Finance Minister akoshe. Na NDC amanyuku num. Aba wo mo eba beto ewo Ayawaso East abato mpeso ya sosan so momra hye efri mu no wo kire se NDC MPs 169 ena wono mo etai Hajia Amina de nikunu efri mu oba kunani no a wate agina se obesi nikunu anamu nti te by election bi e bekoso a woginamu kire beyi 169 MPs omo etai nachi na brakwadwo sa eseya ye twa to ho wo Ghana amanyosem mu mbisa se ne papa mu a
nim se ye betimi aka no se eyesa ase de se eye abato nti obia wo ho kwan se okogina ne enwanwa wo mu ne se ya na eyire nom no epese omukunu num ni ho a omo ekogina na ekwan bi so yebeka se omo kodi ade but enya adidi se abato ndi okogina na so ombeto amano a but de emwanwa kakra o maami di ho ne se ose opese okogina na omo ye se omra vetin no ose ye yiye ni nti no opia abonten a enye yi nti na mibisa me ho se na campaign no kwan be no obefa so obepia abonten ala enti ya no omo pese omo take advantage of omo kunu no mu a omo ni ho no na eja sympathy
na no party no na ya ehye omo kutu pa na se ono ate ho na Kenya no se
o se entai nsi se obi a member of parliament na yire wo party foforo ya na omo ka omo kwa apra omo di omo achi omo ahoho na party fo no ba fie nso a omo ye omo esom no nti se ya na obi ote nanimu a party ma no penasem nti se o kaso ogina wanhwa na waye yiye na san komo no de enwanwa wo ho ye se o se baba jama Ghana ambassador ujinemu emaye won Nigeria akwanya bae na ye constituency a wapre akonwa ho a wanya akwanya bae se ye mehwe you will bet me a Gina party. No, also free Nigeria ba na wabe contest. Let me be some who say, hey, so would DM. And it's all a Ghana ambassador to Grofo for us. A money away in the mood. But I'm so on the Nigeria, the enemy give. I'm so better no.
Samuel, inti the overseer amani ya wobono no mampani abedi echire Professor Jenna na opoku agiman so echire hia se enkabo mu eba ewo ebibre mu na timi aboa ama eniema papa ayeyedi a yato emu nkredo mu no yatumi anya safoa no de abiebie na yedie no epie.
We continue with the Ghanaian publisher and Kotoka renaming faces voter backlash with a photograph of Osahene Afenyo marking. Ashanti gains 800-acre reclaimed land and are to forcing Sami Jemfi storm Gold Coast refinery. The Ghanaian publisher.
Ghanaian publisher the worker Tanaba Anopei na Osahene Alexander Afenyo marking minority leader wadaho. Wano na akwachuchi asemi yaba. Na nkabikura obi adwene ni so se Kotoka free voter region. Enti yeyi ni din free ho anase aban no ya sideline voter for anase regional balance amfa. Enso Afenyo asem ni fie akofa biaba. Na enipa bebre enim sa Afenyo no oyemfante kakra na voter so kakra. Yes, I was say free amuna memu ena ne maame nso eyemfantini enti se wo ko ema voter na wanim ne ye wo ye fi se ni moja ewo ho ena o se no kwasem pa se mu beyi edi Kotoka free ho na mo de Accra International na Kotoka International Airport Accra kire se won kran eno no aban de animonyam hye amananan ma won kran ama obi ehunu se ewo won mo sase so enti nkedi mo ma ne wo ho ehia wasra regional balance say ye cheche eja voter region for wo mo de hye Kotoka wo no pe na asai omeja pade kese eti sei ni din eda so ka mo ma ne nka ho mo se sana sa ayede ena Afenyo marking aboho amane a de obokratai ede aba Gold Coast refinery honsem eda ho ene afofra yedi kan aboboso ebino.
Our last paper for this morning is the Supreme newspaper, and there are a number of stories on the front page of the Supreme newspaper. MPP Council of Elders commend peaceful presidential primaries calls for party unity. What if the NDC presents an Ashanti flag bearer to face the MPP with a photograph of Kojo Bonsu? The other story says Bawumia set to repeat Napo in 2028. Lobbyists asked to back off. A big story that this morning will spend time discussing. Winning back Ghanaians' trust is the biggest battle. That's from Kojo upon Nkrumah after Bawumia's victory.
Kojo upon Nkrumah, the free now no moto abani nyina wie no say obi preach unity. Eye pao. Nanso mutimi unite we a empanimfo no won mfa no kredie enya adwuma na eno na beboa ama omanfo arehemu ya afri MPP amanyoko no mu no asan ababie mu nti na no pe no na the wokrata ide ho ensem aba na the wokrata ya ka say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 2028 elections no once sane running mate ni Chidomboni Owura Matthew Opoku Prempe kane menhia South Mrashe Bedwani aka Napo ono ane neko na nya na ano ono ane ne koye na de enti na nkrofo ahya ase mto abawie yei enam ka Bawumia yesei Bawumia fa we Bawumia esene ha ena de obokrata yi echese emma Bawumia entie sa asem no na wo mokra wo mosi wo mugina ya wie dada ewo dem se na ponua ena omode na eba ti wunni ya wo hye baabi na wo lobby a back off pe baabi tena emfa fi se na po all the way. NPP Council of Elders de abasoboni asedam obia se na anu abato no sɛnea kɔɔ no na ye pa nti wɔn abɔnkrɔfo abaso na pa wɔn ebisa sɛ aso sɛ NDC ewura Ashanti region na ɔde owura Kojo Bonsu aba sɛn ɛna ɛbɛyɛ ɛwɔ 2028 ɛde ama MPP amanyɔkuo no daakye na ɛbɛhyɛ
yɛda ase anɔpɛyi ɛbraso sɛ wɔne mampani edi nkɔmɔ Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics and afi Millennium Construction wadaroma ɛna yɛde the ubɔ krata ɛho nkɔmɔ yi ɛbrɛo ɛne mampani ɛnkasa anɔpɛyi on 020-633-4646 020-633-4747 bra nafi ene mampani eni nkomo ansana yabefa ofrefo a odi kan no yenhwe maestro mami edie one no eya adwen se de na ka chire bisa no se ase ye atwasa bi se ukunu wu a na wanya akwanya na onzo wabeto aso
ofa enye isa but sometimes no yana partners interest account so Oshe NPP DAC or Ayawaso Wester. Right after said MP we knew very well Sena Madam Lydia and then every other affairs bia Nani Kuno she was part. And part in the FO said when things becomes difficult in the constituency of Muhunu said it can easily change in terms of voting pattern. Sometimes yet will be a obijina community no any constituency no ebitiminya sympathy. Edema sandi pakrono e no betima nam so one party no etime wini etuhwe ye maami Lydia de na de ma ayawasofo no esan so toma no at the time a the kunu wuye no was sympathy vote right after that your core 2020 elections so no we saw the number of voter unyae I think it was just 2,000 votes in ODBT era John Dumelo the same thing tama ejoso de nebeto honorable John Kuma de nebeto no na MPP for mpinifo ne epese na yire no because of sympathy vote just for betimi ato the amano betimi ato the P the amano we know say just constituency definitely say MPP stand 10 times they will win 10 times but they wanted the woman to go because of sympathy vote we the na ekwa sa kakra because some person so no there can be a change of candidate at any time and majority of NDC MPs ni believe say some support ye maame Amina na so okọ ekoginem e de mani kunu na kromo ofo na so constituency no ebetima man sympathy vote especially even cross okọ primaries na omo de na ye adwuma da e wo party nim no omo nim no omo imagine di da na omo na ye adwuma da wo party no will fully support and then she can do that job for the NDC as a political party well say Baba Jamal and other names say Tima Poppy, I don't believe say South constituency when it comes to primaries, when it comes to other factors, almost wait to pray that and they can easily do it. Offer and yet it's but sometimes no political party the interest in tea and you will take a side decision no. Say Ukunuwa a no wo na no aka hu bi ama sebi MP no so eni munyam etimia dedi wo some person so no ono so betima account bi no mato abade ama no it is sometimes no enkoye esade but then I believe say a party political interest over 2004 Mama Pat and Dr. Jibril ejina ya wansan ase na omoto abando de ma Dr. Jibril we no pe I think 2-3 days or a week later say etie for be kan bi pa wansan say and Dr. Jibril ewui now also going for by-election. At that time, Dr. Jibril Yere wanted to contest. But party in penny for no more as once a catcher and say, Jawo, Mebunubi wo honoma, what to know see what I hear you madama political party since 1996. But because of say, na ukunu ewu nimdie I feel says ye de kwa ono ni monyam betimi aso eni ntine ma no koye. So ene no oni ho biem dia, omo feel says amebunu no. Ana sa abebunu no. In a ticket of us one say enema mutaka dimbe no. So similar situation. Mamino was interested in contesting, but the party realized say at this time we need to push someone who can lead the party and then who can prompt the longevity of the party in that constituency. So sometimes they have the party interest. party interest first. It's a party interest. They say, "Yenfa maame no enko," and as yenfu be from kwa. No, yana a party decision.
Right. Ubetimi ne mampani akasa no pay on 020 633 4646 020 633 4747. Oba, you know, ebedi nkomo. But yet no pay say the New Patriotic Party minority in Parliament. Ebe a press conference about nkomo a ekoso efa kuku akuyafo a yentua omhoka na watwi mu enra na kachiri eka ho asem se eyo hawa won a wo ye kuku adwuma no wotete pa anopei as a minority for no atem komo no omo pese omo bisa ban se ede na ekoso na de ekoso no eye ana enye anopei ebedi ho nkomo but woni mampani wo nkomo nso a na wafre na woni mampani adisa nkomo no kachiri ohwe nkomo bi a efiri nchen eba Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe yemfa ne nko me yemfa ne nko ne ade no a ba obia oyini si nchen ye beboa
asemo de metimi aka kakra ene se ginaya mpanimfo si build up to 2024 general elections omutimi arrive at a decision say Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe ene ye the right person obetimi abo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Chidom e was our elections no no megidi se wo monsan enko epono ho biom na mpanimfo ntena se emu nkompo sabre no Matthew Poku Prempe oboa Bawumia campaign na oba on board no edien e na wo ye ya e impact eniema na ni influence ekokodru he ewo elections no ne madodo a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nya especially in Ashanti region seba napo efri mantam enti wo motena se no mo de niam toto niam ani na se etimi impact ya positively ya na ono ano mo de ne beba why not se obi fufuro so wo ho na wo mo hunu se niema bi ekọ achew 2024 no enti yenna ne yensa kakra na sa nipa cross mra eno so ye
na mimisa se wote se wasesa no a ebe ye onwanwa
asesa na po a ebe ye menwanwa kakra mom fi se minim se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eye obi a oye fem kakra in terms of making decisions enti se ebase BBSC na yese odenipa foforo na aba me mom de ebe ye menwanwa kakra because I'm fancy ha
Odi besi Maestro ansan ye be Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe no enkomo bi aba se Joe Osewusu Joe Wise na yatepo no na oka se ompe no ene ma eba Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe enchen MPP ayi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no the likelihood say Ashanti region and a running mate na ebefri aba no eno de very high but say enye Matthew Poku Prempe when bio ena wa santimantemu a ugidi se omonhwam
afa MPP call 2024 election obulusu ye no party no call nechi ehwe ne ye ma party no lusu ye afa party ni at a committee omo kwotena ase ehwe ne ye ma party no lusu ye I don't think the committee ne coming up will say the decision of making Napo as a running mate to Bawumia served as a factor. And the man Bawumia it will lose election. Of our babies are women.
So far the nkoma yet no omon kan bibia say or council
very good. Also during the 2024 election he said some sort of things be one original simply so can in komo bi wo no ase bi anye Ashanti region for there. indirectly attacking Jonah Jekumkufo, indirectly attacking some people. No munim say any kwansenka napu echo, even Dr. Kwame Nkrumah issue raise here. But committee netnasano, they did not mention Matthew Buku Prempe doctor. Say or no concern, so or no as a running mate no. And I'm about me a consider defeat as a man in that defeat in 2024 election.
Right. Kafra, offering for you are Homan so person Mampeni. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Me and Tiewe.
Hello?
Bacho din komo.
Me say your friend say that me say you call me out now me feel me feel then ball be o ha ball na e tese me pa me say this year o ko a defeating honorable Asamoah friend pass o me two ball ani nyede e ma me nti se mo ko nka me chia mo pa ko no so a wọ́n fi wọ́n bẹ yẹ press conference yẹ jẹ́ sẹ́ wọ́n mú yẹ n'aba ń jẹ́ kókó ní kàmáyé ẹ̀dá máa fi pa ìyàwó pọ̀ ẹ̀jọ̀ ọ̀pá mi jọ́ pa mú yẹ.
Yẹn nso yẹ da ase kwawu abitifi district chief executive a ọwọ́ hɔ no bọ́ọ̀lù ano a ɛha kuroma no adwene no hwɛ na yɛ ho adwuma yɛgu so ane mampani edi nkɔmɔ wopɛ sɛ ɔne mampani edi nkɔmɔ a ofrɛ 020 633 4646. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, William.
Openi ene mampani nkasa.
Ode a ofa tani ma tumu asante mampo ko fiase no ta coach. William anope de me nkomo kakra me di akire mampani ni se yetre no. Ghana ye koko na ye japade ene kuafo so koko ye mo japade. William obeje di se wo bo asante mampo ko fiase kra na te. Wo kedi koko 2 million kra na. Wo munye sika kra e fa ma wo. Enti so mampani e fa bi o be fa so be ma one month to go in the camera, the Amaya Kuafua, you took go and then you be a few Mukano. Montpellier, so one more than that when you're not there. Okonu to a better trouble, ya what if they are a crap for demonstrating for the Yano and Yasan Ketua, Medazunia.
Yeah, that's it. I'll pay me Jidise a young common mampeni, Oberman and ni alcohol, na Udin Common Maestro. Hello, good morning. Hello. Right, 020 633 4646. 020 633 4747. Good morning. Nyami adom na unso e. You. Ene mampeni nkasa yeti o.
Vice President. I was a magic. Honorable truth. To be able the sense and the vision of the Parliament. Listen to the Constitution.
Yeah, that's it. Anopay, Maestro, on the why you bold, say, and napa, farmer doctor, or say, yeah, a duchu.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Wadaruma, yetio, mampeni, so I crado.
A quiet I can contact a super a super
Pacho Mauneso Kakramae.
The same. A quiet that and Taco is fantastic. A super
Pacho, a free Hikosi Santase.
Quanta.
And young Quanta, Santase and young Quanta, Quina so fire ding.
A super papa. Yes, and young Quanta. Aha. Eh, yapa. Nti Kojo
Yeah, that's it. Anopay, Mijidi is a mampeni bete na MC or honun so ahwe aye dwuma esese oye ye ne mampeni guso a edi nkomo ti se one mampeni won nkomo a ofre 02066 633 4646. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Adumo na ho ti say.
Adumo.
Ene mampeni ni nkomo.
Yo, the bacho we e ka fun no abo city adoso e ko man wase. Na man wase ba ben na se. Why na onwe ye no? That is na onwe ye o pa no le sha. E sha kra mu bi esa mu be si na se sha. Iti estre no man pe ma ko ye na onye pa no on be ga ta ni. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Anope kechi say utie won a efidwu ada no wo mo fra ekwan dominate discussion pa but abrebia nso aban koi wo mo ye kwan say de wo ka
de he na enye yi ana de ya wo mo ka ho asem say asese no ya wo mo hu ana ehihye nwuram
nwanwa ekwan ram say de ye de fans no eno na omo ye say no de ye wo kuru bi ye kunu ntam na de ekọ
feeder roads e wo
community ni ade nuane beba ne de ye nya no ho adwuma onye ho adwuma
asemo pani.
Hello, good morning.
Fine morning.
Openi down ho de na ne mampani nkasa
5 p.m. Achim akotia. Minia enkra metroma mampani se yes 3 mampani. 3 mampani fi na de copy ending minia bema 3 mampani atumi antua kokofo ka kokofo ni ya ye beta ma garamsefo. The mountain to you, hello, the cow, if you were kicking with some the other say, Busu, now you're Sanka, you go to car, Coco in the Toma, can say for. Hello, Coco, Matama can say, yeah, and let the answer.
I mean, beside me, Ubuami and Opay. Now, Galam say for Nuni Momo, dear. Oh, you come a Juma Obia mining. Okay. So obien gold and diamond. Aye. And to say, I can see that my bread at the cocoa. Ne do tama, mati, mahata, makotona, a commissary. Said the Nansabel away. And he said, Coco, she said, technical. What a metiato, a cadia, Skelma. You come here, the let's make a video city. I can say, Coco or Matibia Kona, Minas Cana, a commissary. Then, or how? Or my brother, let me say. Medas, I no pay. And Comono, a moya thing. Young Fadu chat. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Open it down where the enemy penny in Casa.
Nipacho, Mayor Ba. Now, they're making an answer. If I saw my penny to say, you were Tema, yes, bread. Yes, we are could be. Yes, you do not come carrying. May you know you know. Or best say you mean now be Piancos Watema. It's on my penny. Yeah, you're trouble the man. Nothing. Yammer courses are almost self of funny ma. If you're crying, you cry or quite me will through me will through. You can need God of a high store. The trouble penny and your flabberman. But and yet cry and yet the continue with a fear. It's fear. It be bright, sell this whatever. It be bright or sell this power whatever. A bad day, data. I need to say, then your tema. Mamma, one in Casa. Yes, sir. Again, or say it, or say family, the Japan, yes, son. May your father, tell you you're going to need to go. If you want to be new, you so Kakaka Kayan, on Shamiya, or I am Mukomuchi. What from Coco ever, Ukofoniama, no Quendi Sigma Sotema. The patch, I may your father, they can't be time.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Anope.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, boss.
Open your man.
Me did on my hand. Me kasa freedom kwa. Me chia wa tie fo na.
Yeah, Joe so.
Me bon aba so so. We de kakra me kan say dum kwa tu ayan free kwan no. Say nye. Say ka dan also yes, mon kancho man peni no me hwe man. We de adise de ne de tun.
Yeah, that's it. Anope, mi gidi ye se empenimfo ate. Abrantia, your friend Benito, on your busiafo one war Sydney West District, and the capital, your Kwame Danson. Yate, say more share no pay, Yanso, Yaniso, Momwa, no minor, and Codenim. Na, Kachi, was a ye boy, and when you had the messages no abano. A quite awesome.
Eyo how bebre ede ema ahwefo ya ye no omo edi enkomo anasa omo efre efiti dwada yesi nkonwa yi adominate pa ti ye bestre roads minister yera governs Kwame Agboja adwuma no a wo ye no enkramantam mu Kumase mantam ni nkura kase mu no de mo yo papa na enkron kuma no akwan kuma mom kwan ne efa kro ba akoso akosi kro ba akoso a wonu ma won kron kuma mu ebre no eno nso madaroma monne makra chimpanimfo amampani apa wo mo no enkasa na ontwa wani enhwe nkron kuma no mfiri se de course ne ba no utumi hu se enye ani kasam edema temamfo a ewo saa enkronum ene obi aka donkwato I am free ti omonye ho adwuma emaye.
Good morning. Hello. Openi down where the name mampani nkasa.
Acha, good morning.
Good morning.
Acha, me ka tete anto o maso. Hello. Down where Acha, because I see and format. Acha, it's school. School I'm kind of home. Enya kura.
All right. Yeah, that's in the casa no Emma. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning. Me pacho dumu TV no TV no kasa no wasro dum no na afi kasa ye bete wonka. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, opening.
Acho ba egiraso Masia Aguru and Tokra one of the master combine and talk up their foot
all right. Me jidi se mampani ate. Anope yemfa course no ensi ha. Dodo no aba no me jidi se nampani obehia bre na ode atu ho anamo. Maestro messages aba no yentie na afi ye na ye ho me.
Yenhwe messages kakra etimi aba ewo yentin time video no so. Na yesanso nka o se fa messages no efa ye WhatsApp test line of fafa so na menken kan efa mafafa YouTube na sanso fafa Facebook ye twa egu ewo honom na bibia nko yi emfa mai. We free Pedro wa Medina Cruz was doing the listening loud and clear inside Indianapolis Kumasi Tunnel. So Kesben Junction is the main location. And also so Ediaba. We free Piada. Or say Ghanaians are suffering. Mr. Mahama, do well to do the work very well for the people of Ghana. On also so Edia, on also so Etimi Ediaba. Now we so free Coach Afrani. Or say Coach Afrani Obuwa say NDC must look for money and pay our cocoa farmers as soon as possible. Coach Afrani Obuase and also so Etimi Ediaba. We also free Al Hassan Bawa. Also good morning, Mr. Kojo Marfo. Ojo so Ewahan. We also free Yao Udro. Also good morning, Mr. Marfo. I love your show. You know they love emojis no at all Ediama. We also free Filippo Kaakyire 6Am or say NDC has nothing to offer Ghanaians. NPP will come 2028. Greetings to my daughter Frimpong Manson Echan Felix and my mother, Auntie Mary of Geneso Filippo, Kaakyire 6Am, and also so Etimi Ediaba, Winzufri Nana Kwache and Nefi. Was a good morning, Mr. Kojo Marfo, and also so Etimi Ediaba. Now Winzufri Kojo Sapon, was the inflation rate is good now. Let's see how it will reflect in our pocket. Kojo Sapon Sunsama, also so Eddie Eba Anope, and Winzufri Abena Sewa. Also good morning, Mr. Marfo. I'm watching you live from Oforikrum, and I fully support the removal of Kotuke's name from the international airport. We also free Abenase one so they are also itimi and the also free Kelvin or say we will not repeat Napo as a running mate. Patrick Boama will be a good running mate for Baumia. It's off as Uncle one is also itimi PM a comment session as a one. Also free Mr. Frimpon. Was it Mr. Marfo? I'm a cocoa farmer and our money hasn't been paid. Kindly tell the government to pay us or else and also they are told their mind. Also free Mr. Frimpon and also media my also free also junior also Samoa junior. Was it I'm really in love with this show, especially how you guys discuss your issues. Yeah, that was it. Also free David Benson Jr. I said Mahama should work hard or else the cocoa farmers will do demonstration against him. Of our winning messages kakra yensa etimi aka.
Ansa na ebe dane yen ho no enura meka ho asem kire o enei ezese bitimu bio ema o if you say gifted icon season 2 no ya sha ase akwanya ewo ho ma o se wonso oba ye premises ha fache television your bantama ye ne bantama presby na ehwe animu esese wonso ne ewo mu no eba abonten enu nti ne yema wakwanya no die bia na kasahare mu obetimi edi won komo yie ebia na obetimi atonyom nanso te se de anope na ye srese obi mu aka akire na ontwa nwum yen ye pese ye boa na akwanya owo no abam na wiase nyina atewonka so gifted icon season 2 no ya shase Brian premises ha be file 4 na wonso yema wakwanya na se obetimi arapo a wabe rapo na ya fa de wa ye kese na obetimi ato nwom nso a ne ya boa ama udin abeye kese se won a enei wondin ahweta wiase afa na nyina mu no gifted icon season 2 no ya shase fache television premises bantama bra na be pick 4 na ye mouse a akwanya no emu nkomo nyina no fre 0550 77 2113 0550 772 113 fre na openchiremu bia yemfama ho ye boa na wonso ye de ama no apagya ama wiase nyina atewonka ye dane yen ho ye ba ye beto ankomo no so More to say the unimuno, yeah, the brow and opebia Facha television, so Daybreak and Ugusua Uti, Kopem said Nundu Ebebo, ye didn't come out if our my Ghana and then in Cancro. And opay and penning for me and son, many won't aid Jumano. Bako de, many no na atna sufri and opaya beto sabri. Na mi no a kahwa won so e boaye no. Bako ewo enne kura say Ima. They say Sukun not the same.
And so still Amstead because President ascended a friend saying the signature to the bill.
I see. They say Amsterdam you can. Okay. Enjoy your church near or Amstead. Or Penny Bakwa or Kayan Kingsford Usu and San or May Sikasemne ne a dreadium common a dea worry daddy mupa and is all you be. Opese utu sika anamo na opese obo brani ya na one opani edi nkoma no pay wabeka yen ho a yene no edi nduma opani memwache
ya me de
na etisen
hajara dum
say ekwan da hose mema mo afrishi apa
kwan da se nshi afi
afi munyina nshi a mema munyina afrishi apa
no go tie
de be jame ase anope yen komo a edi kan no hwe inflation no say there aba bedu 3.8%. Na se ohwe no 3.8% no. Na che se esese niema nyina ekoboko. Nti bizo uzu anza me sha ase afiri ho. Na mabisa se de sikasem etie, de adwadie nkomotie. Ene de figures yi da ne ho adi. Business community no, sen na mfa no.
Yeah. Ma men che tie for, then the first time so menso mba
yeah that's
tie for mo nyina achi no kwasem ni me hu figure no manage kakra inflation drop down level my enka inflation drop and just say yen to nim but the rate was say to nim na esobeden bet yen demand dey ebetum but the rate dey tum no na esobeden ebet no kwasem the Ghana if figures no ni reality match papa
aden is a basa
I don't know minim didn't tell was a basa a fine attitude who say Ghana for pay and near my dem for so be to so a chain in Nigeria for so what kaya fair be kobo just an nyoma no ketu e no to so ketu e Ghana ndi ono pen boom on person de oboy double just ye dwene ye ho sene oman ni nyina ana ye dwene ho che obi a die no ye dwene ho che obi a te basa tumu no ono figure na wo kan engo ono fa ho wo de wo say I wo drop fine fa ho but on the on found titru they can yet be create artificial shortage bi that in tuma day aba wo no kwa na crowd ye bi ba otimi sheda aba onton be 2 weeks 3 weeks na pressure abaso no release no release ka inflation dey eba from do ntumu no so compare pan your market no papa de ya na o ka say 3.8 na obi anyi ntumu sa ana bio you try more on speculation even though over dollar no and now this is me and the payment share but for the 10.9 cry whoever or the name no or pegging 13 yes. They don't peg a 10.9, no. They peg a 13. There are two factors. Factor back on say, Okobanga, Onya. Just about 2-3 weeks ago, I was able to chamber fees. So I wanted to transfer 2 banks. It takes me more than 2 weeks for them to reach just £7,000. I'm assuming they're no more eventually, but it takes time.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. But obi or ton nemano or parentimico also tia and nemano a tam daso o tia one tia panatibi also enti quickly okabuchiwo. And Abuchi won't raise millions of dollars, you get it. A day, you get it. But true banks don't get it. And even though bank rate, should I say, 10.9 here, but in reality, they peg 13. And the about 13 factor, actually, not 10.9. And they say, Omano, Yahomba trade there. Then the banks should be stocked with more dollars. Made them account from the other say, Abuchi should be scrapped. Or say, you too full cry. Because they determine the price of dollar, not Bank of Ghana.
Samu.
Yes. Because Bank of Ghana knew Bank. So they determine it. Almost a number two. And also, my crunch almost in there, $10 from 1 to 10. Also, pay off for so what's the pressure? Market demand and national air drive. So demand and supply. Automatically, the dollar will start going up. It is a bank for more dollar. No, price and come up for more than what we see. But, and this are. That's a problem. And it's a barbecue tumpa. And about we supply Nigerians, we supply Benin, obi a dollar, no nya, more Ghana, no kabucho dokoto, not a fetch on the more or less West Africa there, yen supply dollar.
A part of say inflation, no abidu baby ayabidu no nenso nkofo omun hunu so.
Yes, that is it.
And what raises the issue about yenya as a
attitude, yes.
Dimfaso dodo no nso
yes. San kama bayi na ye normal ali be 10% be 5% be na that so. But me 20%, 40%. The price no sila no cause say ye hu kra say e drop kakra but majority of goods ni na no. And drop way. You see anwa no kakra krem na drop. The say drop no some of them never be e ntampe. Mkomo so mo na a drop. E mo a drop no time ben a drop. You have tons of right to work it. They are dropping the sabe. Near every obia if you say get done. Hand there to Jimmy the phone, but drop. But there was on there, but drop. Imagine like too heavy. You see it.
And Nina influenced by dollar.
Yes.
Even dollar. At 10.9.
Yes. Because they would peg about 13. God, I'm part 13 of what summer. Only at 10.9 and that. And they say, a man be here because new area be about $1 is so easy to get it. This is a man Ghana. We call the war ya. If you got a dollar, who call it safe in a but Ghana the dollar, a good one from pass me breathe. The one hot corner door soon from top to down. Mahodo, go, a be porch one more exclusive no. Go and check dollars go.
The problem here,
yeah. No, be I said, ne, oh, dollar be aware them be a yeti. Cadora Baba for one, who be a crumpet. For all the dollars I can, a good demo, a new bank. And you don't know the audience business and the fetch of the Kombuchi. No, I so.
Ima, 3.8 there. Kabeka se niema eye. Bank of Ghana didn't come out, governor come would dinner there. Now she say, as I say, businessmen who hang high na ye work for monso, yasum edjoyen. Sana who wa market ana.
Of Kojo, medasi, mechiao.
Mejoso.
Why you know about you know? I wouldn't say I am doesn't make can't to us. So now, Yanchia T for near here for. Na Yanchia me Vice Chancellor, Professor Frederick Safone, Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Isaac Boatin, Convocation Chair, Professor Uria Samson, Namicha Mecho Dr. Labi. 3.8 inflation. Ni kind. Yemi say I say ye kind inflation cry at the same. We are the knee and I will be or ton at the end. So kind inflation or no, then a yen one dream. Neo na dwumu nyina anaase ne nkyerase ne se ene me kwa koto ade e bia 3 cedis a inflation ba from a kyerɛ sɛ ne ntumu no ba from nti yɛmfa ne sɛ first no inflation yɛ 10% a na sɛ me to ade 10 cedis a kyerɛ sɛ the next time I con e be 10 cedis 10 pesos sorry 11 cedis be 11 cedis but sisi a about 3.8 a kyerɛ sɛ ade na ananka meton 11 cedis no sisi a no meton 10 cedis 38 pesos sana inflation no etie se eba se eso beti from maybe a 10 cedis aba 9 cedis and na kyerɛ sɛ e kind of deflation enti etie for ni ahwefo no kure wo mu ne sɛ sɛnea ade ebo ekosoro no eno na eba from nti ya ade a se eba no economy mu a ya ade a eya adepa na yeyi anu free ono a yenkai na yemma records ne say 3.8 aye inflation yenya bi eda I think say 2021 near below 3.8 of aye inflation na sa inflation ya yensa ken yen compare nkura etwa ye ho ahia ene omo we echirichiri se ye fa no US a sisi a ye ka say omo inflation 2.7%. Se ofa no UK a sisi a inflation a UK for experience 3.4%. Oba ne South Africa 3.6. Ukona Nigeria 37%. Nigeria 37%. Burkina ewo yesterday am say 2%. Na ya compare sa inflation ewie a Ghana de nyame adom aba 3.8 no ade a ade pa nanso dwadifo timamufo omo kire se omo nya hu eso ensunsuanso ne papa no kre ni nti omo nya hu eso ensunsuanso papa ne se timamufo aye wo honom always be an se ba no economy a strive and drive on perceptions. Nti se ene yete se insuo beto a dodo na ebepie no omo behwe se omo de offense chinye ebehye omo ho se ne ebe ya adwene se insuo be den ebeto ne oni chinye ne so bepebi yina na yete Ghana hanum se no se ne ameka se inflation 3.8 enya se bia ye experience bi da but still na no de bia da no enema kwa na eden ekosoro because Ghana ni nim say saade we de ye hu bi da enti no enya ade a se meton me niema me ba beti so se me ye production a me ba beti so because say eye within a short period enti obehwe say ono de ni sika na ewo ni botom no obe protect no but say emre ne che na se ye sustain sa inflation na se mpo no etumi ko rad deflation mu de a ene wo behu se ni aye nyina ye pese esie no ebesi because o hwe animu wa hwe animu on say sisi a even asad na your nkofo asenia na
Jouzansa
Mr. Osu ansa ekam your nkofo asela dollars no egugu omo ho ene ade nanso sa dollars no o hwe animu de bia on say o monitor ohun say eba ya na nke eba be 9 point something ena esan cost ro kakra bedu be 11.01 asat ebem say ena nansa ena ene about 10.91 nti ohun ne say still na no ase wo hon kakra but say ohun ne say si a emfa ne say abeda ebia be 8 9 na for 3 years running eda so da sa 9 hono a oni option si a sa e friend is perception no e ba be hye na adwun say ni aye ne de e hwa na be den e beda nti na afi de o ma won say obi a dollar no de ye nye den ye mfamra adwama so nti point ne say perception of Ghanaians say sa de we ye hu bi eno ne wo ho eno ntina emma dwadifo ne omom production no omonte so no.
But Yima, from last year, Fibe, July, August, ebesine. And ye enough for a business person to say said the net TM say the yenti meet me I the SME. Almost trying for how many years? 2 years, 3 years.
Sir, on say o share abine dadana or sustaining from let me say 2017 na banani but still no Ghana for adwen no se wo pe economy na se wo pe se wo ye ya e was so sustaining if nothing at all I say 5 years the shortest term no 5 years wo sustaining na then it start changing the perception amount for ewo se go beyond 10 years there now the amount for nyina and that's all until say yebenya regime a obetimi sustaining saade no for that number of period no ebe den say ensisaye na ye pen drastically no yebehu but that notwithstanding on say na your papa ka say abochi for na $1 determine honom no mene ya adwen mene nya adwen nyenti ameka say Bank of Ghana the rate eba for more and also determine abochi so den ebe den ebeji yemfa no say Bank of Ghana there be a 14 points something abochi edege bi abe 17 enam say aban no ede buy aba be do 10 points something eno ntina e bi abochi so de aba den 13 say aban san de ba na eba from e bi abe 6 cities abochi so de no so ebe ba from nti technically no saade we ya yemfa no say ye kan say bi $1 e hihya amount for botom e wo amount e wo abochi wonom e wo honom de da but aban no enema a wo beye no eno na ebe kire ne a abochi nso be den ebeye sesie sene amekan se aban ni sustain na dollar no eba form above eba form a abochi oni option dodo amanfo mpo empe because obia be pompe dodo na be pompe abewram enti dollar no bebuso enti abochi no kura na adwuma no amanfo emma ho enti enam se emma ho no oni option se ebi kura od back ma bank
tinase say aban wa sudie kese pa
exactly so
say me ko bank na me say me per dollar ana foreign currency a me nsa be kan ntem nam de aye de SME
sa pepepe enti once aban no ba sa aban no betima ye sa na ma we ya on say ye woni ma bi e drive inflation bebre eno no so na sa aban to me takra e betimi a sustain no one ye food aduane a ye die enti say yetimi nya mass production of food ye betimi a store bi day in and day out for a longer period na timamuni bia no on spend ni bebre e wa aduane a e yade a e betimi a sustain two baby e di etibeto nso e drive more inflation see yemfa ne so kuma se wo akra water de a single room one here chese de ama fofofo kra no e bi abe 500 cedis and 400 cedis ena no nso no wode a chew kra na so oje 1 year and I say 2 years enti sa eno san e ma no I mean se aban no e wo sa emfa ne se owodan wa ye drastic intervention ebubu edan a emfa ne say aye dada ne nyina esisi kama ablonsan na nipa edan gu honom a nipa ebe hyedan no mu no esu achen edan na bu se eno ebe ba form nti aban de nti a de bia no edu 7 December after 4 years bia no yekoto aba ye de ko promote no e kire say aban it plays significant role in the country, turning the economy and other aspects of our sectors. And see, for me, inflation na eba from eyadepa. Emo biya emu say enyadepa. But the impact na no is because your perception say at the end of the ITS, name sa buy no to sustain no for a long period here. Ye nyina ye besan betman say ni aka say oh isi ade ense sana ye hwe say ebe kofom no abem
but yiba ye wo kure mu no ye busuafo ye nuanom nti say eye kakra
se omuma yen so ayaka ye ho hinhan ya ebeboa yen ade no ekwa se niam mu ayedin ti se de just niam ba fom anya hwebusum nzian de se bibi kakra si omuma yen hu e
ofa Kojo sesi ya wo ye ka se o sesi a inflation no aba fom ti waketu ya woje ye bete so kakra wani beji ana wani nje
o se wi ase de ye kwaye nim ye ntu mu
so am say na de city no enti wo pesa o purchasing power cost no sans na obi nso a ono nso ton ne ma nso pesa ne purchasing power e cost but until say ebia ene ma wo koto aduane a aban aduane bebre wo ho wo kope cars ne bo aba form aban ankasa na production ne cost wo hanum say wo kope edan yasi cement no ne ma ne ba form a then e honom no na emfa ne say bia wadwuma kra wa krampo no anhwe kra betimi aka so we ne adwuma wura misika no I say me de to ne ma ne bro so do nti me de te so am say ne ade enti until say senia yina no adwen no beba say ene ma mra form no eno no will based on your government ebeye economy no be sustaining for a long time and be my perception assesa
I see Maestro
offer
nkomo no de omadi akodu no said the omo kani de na che say ye wo form no still ayen twen aban sana yenya impact na so so ansa kan say kubu wo other African countries ba Ghana no omo niema no relatively wo form chen ye de enka bibi nkyere ye say ye betimi aye de no hu bibi a
ye betimi aye de no hu bibi na so no ne fakase no senia enuanu mienum kan no ejina ye ntimamfo no so ofa sometimes in your krum ha na ye wo no we have a particular region bi wo hono ma bibia na ye politics mame fa Ashanti region any example ofa because say you were 2017 year by 2018 the first visitor na nado danko Akufo-Addo ba krum ha no ye hu dwadifo a omofa body duro ediko gina sebi media house bi nim ebo de rose sa body duro we no 5 cedis ye hu dwadifo a tomato a na that time 2015 Mahama Breso ofri so na bia ewo 15 cedis no ye hu dwadi ni asa ada no nko ana na do danko Akufo-Addo ba kumase no o ko gina media house na nim se sa tomato no 12 cedis offer ye nkro mu hanom no businessmen businesswomen and your more market no because of some most at times the economy no import driven economy sometimes most of them determine their price and which of course na emma economy no say inflation ba for my that impact in the community over me a businessman me na me de me ho na me dim sika akwa family ma the moment that inflation be dropping on meaning say all other factors so beba now purchasing power the demand for or no consumer no beba bontin so oba market aba beto ade no ebe koso when he comes to the market and he wants to buy things me na makofa menema and I can determine the price the government or not in be able to determine the price of that things that me turn on farmer me so until say that's Ghanaians local Ghanaian businessmen even that mentality they say the moment that inflation beba from no we are not asking say omo price tax any omo niema omo de ton omo niema no and dropping back from but at least say ade no kofa no infant say 10 cedis na say inflation are dropping na say what is the back 9 cedis 50 pesos at least in can no mum no betimi aboa ama u business no etimi akwa animu ama manfo aba beto the amount because of I don't think say any businessman be inventing himself into a business or bekas or boka. Each and every businessman will try so be thrive it will business field now or thrive no. That is profit. Now profit no, you first boom na profit. You then kakran na was no it in profit. And of us all magazine. Some of the Ghanaians over there no pre say Nigerian for no more no yempa mo for mo free krom hanko okwaso asa market offer you Nigerians so mo business pa ho no se me ko Ghanaian market ana se me ko Ghana man store se me ko to ade a ne boarding but me call Nigerian man who say me kwa akoto the moment I me be come mesrento so keke no wate so because ono no nim say so wate so kakra bi na so benya fa so once the impo e wa ade na wakwa akoto no so a obeje na wakwa fa nyama foforo over yen fo momoto omoton airports ne sa nyama no nam no yen fa example. I know a lot of Ghanaian young guys are mutun tombi over ukujina Ghana ni nyama ho one ton hands free now besides hands free boy saying about 25 cities 30 cities what is so are not about 20 cities but Nigeria ni no nam kuruma no no twidi kono ono bre no wo twidi kono ubusan say yes was it 20 memo 10 was it fabra he knows say chena watchem na we reduce price and say ni sika ye 2 cities in poa obeboaboa no odbeko back into the market no to be esanso dia bishim so far I think say attitude na ye can one seven no ehia very well. But the government should also understand say the moment inflation ebe dropping on a typical Ghanaian person out on no fee a Ghanaian woman on one market no wants that impact in his market now no di humujano. But of in Pimpi no yana CPI no so to me so right now that we are talking about the consumer price index no is close to about 268 or 261. That means that at the moment they measure inflation, that makes it difficult for the community to accept say inflation had dropped here by 3.8. This is the 13th consecutive time at this current government inflation it may drop it. But then we are talking about consumer price index it's deeper a drop it, the purchasing power no will become from the yen to before the beko market say but the beko market biano not the price of those materials no and also offer.
Why they determine
the whole market no because also inflation not drop it, but then he's not having that impact when a near man or turn so it's me to me money na me market no because still na near my boarding offer. Na mira didn't command the family and he didn't command the family yeti beton offer inflation drop here Nancy I just a fuel I drop a kakra drivers for any or more motor fuel but how we actually talk about the transportation first of Ghanaians? No, I'm not sure. So we have think about the transportation because here can we and wasem na see here can be yeti betoa sebi nipa na efa car de akọ na dwuma mu a obedi hu nkomo so ofa car etu kwan de free baby de akọ obedi hu nkomo first the lorry first the transportation first of our people carry like speaking of still na that so was so it impact ben na nipa na benya
tina say aban eye bi kan de waye no
e wo so ye bi kan de waye no
ese basis e wo krum
se basis wo krum make sure say what the government basis e be ba krum Basses never back home, and yam baku, and you one tina. Timbiano, Yedebo, John Ajakum Kofo Yura, Abasono, Sanya marketing it no. He always makes sure, say, the local governance, say, and only the doorstep to the people, no, or baffom, ebitie, dear Timemufono, here, a show mu shoes, it would new here, because Nipa of when your baby didn't to, would didn't know a main, or Timothy. Enyesika de faka akoba ne how aswate
but Zozanza say ohwe say the community no na ye an open market economy aban involvement no say necessary
yeah open market no chese na me ton made yeah di volunteers na na me ton made ye mpena me dige ya na mo use me capital but the man aban de no aye ni aban so you have any money be oku say a more a bunch of a more me call her price no a lesser than ye ordinary one I see on say entinam say me call her phone me call de no na me why dey ahare me dan say me call private one open cigar or can you nyina bom but government den dey e bo anya profit motive pa say na maya ne manfo be hare o ba ye Ghana no bibia e private.
But enya niema we na President Rollins breso control price ni ade a ye complaining ye say emwa na ade no ye ekofo sika ne ye beje na ade ne ye bo ne ma ne donko bi ne ade no enya no ana mre ni e complain
that was the issue. Now democracy no won't go obi donko bi. First on the abano meriti dia or say obakaw umakaw on fa ho bewu on fa ho but when you get democracy ntim yesa
nti ye hwese ye introduce state shops ana
state shop state buses and I the man dem I want watch we aye because nipa bi da baku I don't even walk nipa bakrum a home market person business person will take advantage and me me kwa or kwa and that was any power wanti I want the info card say 5 cents as we kwa 10 cents opa afo mbaja. It's your choice. What I say on short of flow or say the card 10 cents opa afo opa jai who's on pentiment ko fie you are forced to join. Demand and supply. Nemo kabas bi so si ho all contain no one from 4 abe we go 4 and you are forced to stay at 5 because of 4 won't you know what there no force to stay at 5 so that I can get the market but I don't know anybody buso and I pray why you cause me because Messi so for lie 4 cities no for no say Thanos oduru wonu a wo nsie no say pay Thanos what journey a na je take you 4 cities oduru Thanos a bokwa 3 cities opasi because wo nsie no I don't go come and join so we are forced to stay in now you go do no 12 cities Sabana war the Niema is because what the economy be private do. A bank you have certain portion. Yeah. Pass or say trainer ho. Na no also take care of Nipanakano. But a man yet be anti advantage in bar. Or be out take advantage of crack.
I made a mini problem.
What do say? The new station be out Ghana. High quality, but by all means, because of pressure, or you got forced to raise the price so they can drop some of them.
Yes, and you are typical example. The Ghana operate open economy as a government intervening. So, classical example, universities. Kenya government university is dominant, and private universities. And be a school fees and but because government universities are dominant in Tino. Omona control the prices of school fees private university because say one told you and so amma for one omuna beko government there. Nti say e bano aduane sem or say government intervene. E bano yemfa ne say beto as a government intervene. E bano transport I mean sectors are affected directly no. I was said government intervene. So intervene and no and now we say impact na ye peno pensa ebeka.
Yebuso a yedi nkomo fache television Daybreak and I dey ebrewa no pay nkomo a yedi sabre efa inflation aba from 3.8%. Ghana fo bisa say na eye no kre inflation ba from interest ye tete niam so. Mpendodo a ye tumu no na aba from but oba ye kure mu ase de niam tie no enko yie sa e de ne nyina ye beye e de afa ho sa nkomo no na waso eguso na wani nso ehwe yen a ye di but mamentwe wadwen si bibi so nkomo nyina mu se wantimi amoa bo asika no no ampa japade a kira kwan a e de ohaw bebro enu nti na millennium construction e ba nkomo ni mu anopay millennium construction e boaw amwa to asase boaw amwa ton wasase boaw amwa siwu dan na wonso anya baabi adi tirato anopay mpanimfo ni di nkomo no wamamwa hu se wa wasibi na wode ma haya sika beba wonsam chen se okope bi akira kwan millennium construction e beboa amwa ton wasase won beboa ama wato asase won beboa amwa siwu dan ene ministries department and agencies a monso aban di sika ba esese musi dan no moni millennium construction eni nkomo na wonsi dan a eye papa ebeche na emu onwunu emfama wo saa na wo ya nkra nso a eni millennium construction for eni nkomo na wo mmoa empa asase ma wo wonsi dan ma wo open 2 bedroom open a 3 bedroom open gated community a wasi bi nso a wo ye ho adwuma millennium construction we chira kwan e wo Bushen Nayas Junction ene woni nkomo 0244 274084 0244 274084 Bushen Nayas Junction Millennium Construction, we build your dreams. You wish I didn't command or pay. My country will say WhatsApp messages no Fabrain on 020 754 3637 020 754 3637 on our social media platforms Oko Facebook, Oko YouTube, Oko TikTok. Nafe Oba Facha Television. Ni nyina so hwehwe Facha Television na afefa on common Fabrain. The new patriotic party memende ye twam ekoyi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the flag bearer. Enkomo a ewo krom eyese a na MPP no omo ho afro yen kwan omo de yen befa aso no enya de a yesesan adwen afiri won ho. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia abai na said the Ghana earthquake. And it does will be ho. Ghana for besan enya the new patriotic party mujidie. Na omwe jina so ato abade ama 2028 ana. Maestro.
Over. I mean, the same come with the did home koma na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia vote unyaye from just ended election at say MPP for 2 man pa. Now offer say ubinya public truster it starts from the political party. The entire Mekasa and say although say the percentage of unyaye no was massive as compared to 2023 de unyaye. But party ni muno trust no say upon that massive vote on the man during that internal election there to no obetim the party number back to power now. But they don't come back say the 2028 election is quite similar to the 2000 election. That's the MPP for to 2 a year. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can easily come to power. But offer say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia power, he needs to get the love and the trust from young neighbor to Abadiamano. In common we could upon Chrome de Hunkomo. MPP be here unity. Unity ni mumbe here. But right now, no Jumedia was a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a year pan so we need the public trust. Says here Jumedia in Sashan and Sa can he do what he needs to do? And can he do what he promised when the NPP were coming to power in 2016? Over. I'm not trying to say any other thing to discredit what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said in 2016. But upon the various lectures, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, any pair or only individual, what he was able to do when he found that was Zambia or Zimbabwe economy. Zimbabwe economy, a lot of things, the Ghana, Jonah Jakunko for pencil, and a whole lot of things. No, now Ghana for Reshemu and Moses Yede. Such mediation and sir, he can easily turn the economy of our country. In addition, inflation, a year to 54%, or move free a bemono, that inflation was 23%. Offer. When you are talking about dollar rate, in 2007, not only a deputy governor, or bomb more than dollar no, etimi echo per 1 cedi per dollar no. We saw the persistent increase of dollar rate in our country. Sanya man keten no. Emma Ghana form to about the man in 2016 or Moody 2024 in your say sound common only the Abrana over 2016 and yet a whole human amobeye no. After in 2024, instead of preaching about the economy, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia was talking about digitalization. Ghana for having biblical say after economy na ye kan wasem so ye that measure obetima save Ghana for asset nemu no akwa ko change ana all kan digitalization ana that man ye be still na so she Ghana for 3 currently as we speak inflation now drop about 3.8 no. The other material things are John Dramani Mahama Baye no, he is doing the necessary things to make sure say or no in 2016 and Ghana for two about it two ni free idea so because of near maybe an enku year no 1 year ni he is sustaining them. Ebini energy, ebini inflation, ebini kwanya ni ya faso ebo. I mean, you kind of honsem when it comes to dollar rate no honsem and a dollar be free 14 as a 15 no. What is why the above form? Inflation is also airdrop the above form. Into offer say Minister of Finance case or to force you are John Dramani Mahama mo. It's more than a year economy we are sustaining in the next 2 years. Do you think say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Ghanaians will have that love, will have that trust in him? So on samba back into power be man. That is the question. The only thing Dr. Mahmoud Baumia mo ebetimi enya edefri Ghana for and say Omomo mpaye say government yo otisui obetimi aflope kakra men that's obe floppy obetimi aflope kakra and then we are talking about cocoa in sensema eba government ni yes can free cocoa farmers and no some common nyam watch me ba be the better editorial boss obeti the common na made in say Ghana aban omo ho chomo e kwan bi so but it is doing in a theoretical work say Niame ekuye the more minor in the first year of John Dramani Mahama. Say tuemu kose year of ekopim 2028. The trust that Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ebinedi free Ghana for hono. So better kakra. Be mumbe peja. Baumia no amidi nkomo bi. The communication, the message should be clear. Just like 2016. No, don't go for the message here clear. One factory. One district. One district, one factory. We are talking about free SHS.
Nyedikan Sebano election Nyedikan Sebano election as far as Ghana is concerned, Fourth Republic, any other republics now. I believe it's more to do with the political party. What the you imagine the man penny or tisu CCA say or contest independent CCA say or contest independent enka or bet na kunyane so say yemfa say you are J Kufuor a contest independent
da ojebre na ohwen we ndwumadi ne so te say dem dey ato anim no WhatsApp line a wo de messages no ebe fa so ye 020-754-3637 na ye di nkomo efa the new patriotic party ene o man no enya gidie ewo mu yima ena na edi ne nkomo no ti ye nto aso emfiri o
ofa kwadwo sene anana medi nkomo no ene se yenyi amampani a omabedi Ghana so nyina yen imagine say senkomo ba independent enkomo eda so omkom be wini me sure say obia beji atum say enkanya ade a nkomo be wini and the point me say political party as far as Ghana election Ghana democracy is concerned they play a very huge significant role intino memedi ben so na MPP as a political party no ombefa so a omho be ya akono bi so hwe ya prior to a friend saying 2016 timer Akufo-Addo era Akufo-Addo ebe ye flag bearer no ye hu say o discipline nkrofo bebre even chairman ye inisi nchen secretary ye twena so ne ade but even with that no still now omu wini say now in the political party as MPP no now there was not discipline they were following orders intino based on enotino they were able to garner enough vote to win power. Fast forward 2020 so they knew that there was a leader but then in 2024 no na sisi a leadership no a shifted every president President Akufo-Addo aba Mahmoud Bawumia. But the perception then is he was an established candidate being sponsored by the government. Intino even MPP for na no mo na still na no ebinumu eninimu arehemu and it culminated in a dodoa madodoa MPP enyaye Akufo-Addo President Akufo-Addo winning with 6.7 close to 6.8 million in 2020. Indeed, it means if the party become disciplined, na se ho ya kono once omanya bi dano likely so metimi anya bi that 6 point something and so the party need to mean 6 point something million in Ghana here it means obetimi aden every need power share even as at 2024 a year President John Dramani winning ye hu say even in terms of percentage 56 no onya 6.5 close to 6.6 million which is in nominal terms no is less than near President Akufo-Addo enya in 2020 so in all na make am nyampese make nyina na say political party no obi who say there is discipline there is that kind of unity there is one command from one person all of them are following a honor meet me win mama instance in 2024 aka crab ni ebeto abano you realize the NDC as a political party they changed the face of friends and leadership or parliament omo change omo obian just but they changed meaning now the political party was not very strong and anyanwanwa say yenyina no musem the discipline Kwaku Anyidoho central region chairman Jacob I mean almost discipline crofo bebre enti nenka obeka say na say crofo we nyina akone de ene bia omuntumi ma power but when they discipline a lot of people no mun na hu say now we are following one command no yina musem enti for me I see say it is more of the party but then the leader no will play a key role in making sure that there is discipline. Emra omoto abana na say omo anan kese omo nko a friend in disciplinary committee Professor from Pomboatin ni omo account na no. General Secretary DFK say watching us inside. And I mean who say is being influenced by the leader now. But for me, I see say it's a wrong move. It's a wrong move because then you are now telling other people say so you caught sa tangents now. Now you are now bringing in more indiscipline. And mamunya the one accord now. I was some of the fight ahead now. All in all, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia should be looking at how the party internal discipline with their leadership. Now, when I talk of leadership, now I'm talking of the chairman, the secretary, the organizer, and among counting now. All of them, no, the people in MPP, no, who know say these people are our leader and we trust them. And by so doing, a better community into the populace. I mean, Ghana for us, but to say the MPP for no, and economy play role, but economy no. Senka sananka economy nenke play role pa enka 2008 enka sisan anya den amba because na we are aware say the economy of friends J Kufo no na ade ana Ghana for any den eso but even with that no still na no omo lose here meaning say Satan na Kufo ado age party no now there was still struggle of power between the chairman and then the flag bearer, and it actually, ate into the resource omunyaye. And for me, all in all, if MPP want to be trusted and want to compete vehemently in the 2028 election there, then they should make sure that very well.
Right. Ugusu a oshayen wo Fache Television Daybreak Jumedi ni de Ebrel. WhatsApp messages no 020 754 3637. 020 754 3637. Those ones are confidence, trust, faith. And then as I say MPP na Ghana ma anya jidie wo mo ato aba ma 2028
ma dedi ka ma in MP for abaso. In fact, this is the first time me fear me I'm getting to 60 years about to aba e be sin na yenche. This is the first time. Yeah. So you have to about the whole Ghana party, you have to about the whole Ghana abesi a name e getting now yenti baby at the police station B, ubi so be a son, ubi twade, yenti. It's a plus to them.
Yes.
They dance because they plus to them. No, this is the basis of the movement. How I see it. Now I'm going to share the own bay. So I don't be able to buy no bay Bruce. And then I'll be out at the edge. I mentioned the Omakono Boko. Bomia or Jumayo? Oh, yes, or Jumayo. MPP no, it will be more perception be. I'm teach you. I'm not teach you. I'm not tempy. Uma, now what pay back on about to walk. I'll pack on my teach you. Bomia or Jumayo. Also rich Obia. Me can baby say if I were him, I'll list their names. I'll visit them, me no mean one on one. Because Bianca I could back. Nago trans. Kumudimu. 1, 2, 2, 3. Once I fina near what was no, they drop it. To see the person different from where he is. Now what chichi. And you want to say, oh, you're somebody impo and I didn't buy here, fine. But now the person is closer to me. At the same. So now reach out to sa omo a chihono a omo tam eya akoro go omo tam na etwam but omo tam na etwam ano but omo so tie chiro omo to bo in fact omo da so obi ka because omo nyina
betimi a kire bibi ka
omo nyina ko sie ya ye hu omo akakbe usum ensam yakoto aba no to begin to back pump go be pie omo atobo bam ono board kumu abo kesi bi but aboto ho we wan no we pie afi no asa ye interviews ni interview was against Bomia all the interview do am granting nyina no we badwumba na am can something against Bomia but now whether they like it or they don't like it ono no matter to abanade amano it Bomia enka mu nyina so hwe ne ono ne team no a maybe free Alanchemate side. The team of one year Jumano. There was one person I'm so advised something. Now Shawa no free. No ya Alanchemate close to body. No you buy. Chairman's boss was once a time go forward the body. And now opeke old Jisono. President for me, no, who for do ne, and they are not. Omo no me formal the core team of the campaign. And now also extending to Ubia. You hear can ne say party no be solid. I will never be with my car. I'm on a issue amano. I'm in Paget to say do me ye. At that time no amateur by ne ye do for so. But be out my. Be a vice president. Every crowd we want. When you be on a vice, we talk and say, you mean I'm there to buy. How far from Royal's time to this time? A vice because you me, not the way. The policy, I mean policy. Why we may not see it? Always vice when you now share the presidency. The presidency you are, no, you are, but or no, so just say, oh, you know, way, yeah, some of them will see the impact. And the neighbor. Marketing and sharing day. Their day is over party day. Abu.
Nyabrema me na men kokrum men colleague Lesbon enin komo na ye kasafa edwa ne inflation ade ho no wakopi krom a obetimi ne edi nkomo ne ye hu se de nema no eko. Onua maache. Hello Lesbon.
Okay, and my young machine, among Papa, and not machine, you will once to now, said before any about he said inflation are dropping about 3.8%. And also, there be a form player who said, "It don't want to one account your man." Ama, one would say, a yellow press, I reflect I would joke. I will near my boss. It's said here, and you're more steady and strong. You see, this is the answer. I said here, and you're more supposed to it's like it was simple. Yeah. I have a question. But you know,
challenge kakra e wo feed ni munti ye beto aso na akire ye nyana ye ne no ebedi nkomo mizo zo ansa
na me ka se tisia de amfohia e nkamu mba za o check abana eto ye no a 2024 no a okusi se MPP pre for antwaba ono on to mind this ene on to kra ono on to mind this enti on to kra enti se on woda number a omanya hu data no kyerese no kosem ni o compare previous 2020 2024 now they have this gaba and bebre don't come out yanto bebre omwa pay ba ko so kra manto imagine so no e pay wo party one to a ye wo ase de be dey you see say I was sa a hono now somebody ahode na dey the governance afedi e nyina ya kan bom obia na bibi shadow ni bono omo sa ma venu bia bunya kwanya kan e wonu bia firi mu nipa obu ha man kwan onya kwan na kan e opa bia wia ne mo se na force no se o man kwan man kan asem na kan mo ano a ma fa na hwadwen and they can easily come to power. They can easily. Because Obama no ya mistake to be. But yeah, and then my idea to about park as here was corruption and jobs. Yes, you won't be able court. In your seat, jobs. Of course, 24 economy, a year, can make a say no. And yan shall say, baby, I bring me to say, Divele, I'm on your 24-hour economy. You could be any hope. And children go on there.
You know, Ashanti. I'm saying a capital.
Capital crown, one. You see, I know the sir, and name man a bank can't know. And no number just a campaign more. But you hear pie in Kabum. They did a party. Come on, you fact, but we know. The Juana say, we can't be a boom. To be also could be our uncle. Now I could go and beg to get a person back to your food because Obia or dumb. I don't hear more. I never could compare haircut. Even though it was bad then, and then the government is enjoying out of it. The enjoyment of that don't be no. This government is enjoying out of it. Because one year, Kakanu come to say the mutim twas do doing. For the whole of data, now you had the fair. I was a good turn in Chile. And also came a good turn last year. It's all because I didn't advise we differ could be 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. Is I now Kozotia, but Matias and Mochum, Demon, sa freedom. Now this government is enjoying, but government had it here. And he said, over time, yeah, on count, yeah. I think he said, coming out this message, a matter of research. If you want, they want to come out the message, I will do 1 or 2 researches. Within a year, he said, yeah, we let me cry me a Canadian now. Can next 2 months, I'll ask people to do research for me. What they on money pay. You see, so you pay, based on your research funding. Not our campaign. That's all.
Mimisa we because it's become part of the conversation. Say Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe, Dr. Baumian Sam Fanun Ko, Ana on Sesam.
Me jealous at this time. The Baumian running meet at this time. You know, crowd. You know, because a Juan I wouldn't know. Yeah, a Juan to what years out, and I made running meet as some from at this time. No. All consolidated munye on the point free party munye jide on munye obi away in brand with bia the one but that mo say let's see 5 bia more less
no and can be
but I don't see
at this point for this uncommon
too early we see Ghanaians are always speculative media one more breno media na say joro one ono ate won kan wo ye media and I just say one crowd dey we baba we betimi aba and me no men concentrate on cra don't concentrate on who become your running mate even I don't say change, no change me I will see there will no change
ono abeko
I will see there will be change no change but no more in my center stage because I want to share agenda and dem awo they should to repair it say any agenda no I don't come out much no cry. I thought one come now somebody said the same thing. Say president there elect no. Not who can the friend me brand meeting no. I had too early for him. They are open no. And the end they are we. A people cry because the other part of the year. I feel you could be back. But the junior say, how do you come together as a party and work? That's all. Not junior no. Oh yeah. At least the free the next year going the run made to come. And I know say over time be. You write a lot of things. You be a strong one or a very good. And that's good. Over Casa come on. The only problem the problem is to come now boom. Because party no the spirit of the party was down.
I see. Down. The issue about running mate I popping up no. Should it be part of the conversation?
For me,
is it the same ticket?
I think that for me, it's not premature. Because say, if it is premature, say also, then it's premature. Say also, Bakuyi FNC flag bearer. And this what me a flag bearer they are running mates so I was say follow. For me, because who ye jumane fa hand say no so ye den ye jumane fa say. On say Bibia na emphasis say media crowd beba. Media is being informed by what is on the ground. Nti e kire say timamufo na nkasa nso no omo peni a obeye den obeye na bedi e kire. Nti in that offense respect no. I see say so the bar any problem. But niema onunya advantage though emphasis say in terms of election ACM both November 4, 2023 and then 31st January 2026 no. The woman say nominal figure and even percentage because nominal figure for 2023 nyunya no 118,210 and now we are or unya 110,640 in terms of nominal figure no or reduce here a woman say base no yamfan said ni padodo ananke koto aba no 2023 no na 203,000 but 2026 na 211,849 base ni increase by 8,849 which is around 4.4% there but still now no in nominal figure no or reduce vote it meaning say either though or we near there but in popularity no about form kakra. So check Kennedy and a close contender. Cecilia Kennedy is humbled. I mean, this one is for a fact. And first now, 2023, and Kennedy, you bet me I say or more say bia unity beba party na say no more say pa. But after this flag bearership election, no, na more than about from pa. And Cecilia no, make me I say a year. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia or bigger advantage obetumi aye near a one dream one or person or my party in a no obetumi aman abem Into that no, when he say, and no na I was concentrate send me kind. Then na ya fano a flag bearership no. Flag bearership no the a running mate no. For me, if it were me to advise them, maybe I'll take a different option.
A different option?
Yes, I'll take a different option. Though it's a fact to say the World Bank, friend is saying, the bank that they take chunk of their vote from a Ashanti region. Why not a contest to Ashanti region? Ashanti region, at the anymore, no contest here in 2023, 781. Dr. Efria Koto, onya 1,459. Dr. Duchum, onya 1,999. People, the thinking and the perception is say, and finally said, Dr. Duchum, yeah, kofani free baby. And see, oni, friend is saying, oni base,
constituent.
Ewa ham say. But then election now, over 2023 flag bearership now for a year, a friend is saying. 2026 CDA. It's say ono no base chain. Omo anomatia no say ya say omo base no. Until for me, so say ban say pick here. Naturally, I also pick free Ashanti region. That's all pick from Ashanti region there. For me, I see Dr. Duchum as the best candidate.
Until it should not be Dr. Matthew.
That is my opinion.
An interesting opinion. Young quite enough opinions now on WhatsApp, any Facebook, no Maestro and MIA.
Over a lot of messages, I will try to read it on WhatsApp now. We is free. Also, good morning, Mr. Kojo. Watching you live from Subino Krofum. Impressed so far. Keep up the good work. Please, the road from Aniakanta to Santase is in deplorable shape. It's frustrating driving on it. Mrs. Ohene can come. Have a good day. Until Mrs. Ohene can come. And also a day way by. When so say good morning, Maestro, Mr. Marfo and Auntie Kaakyire. Looking at the progress and development, His Excellency Mahama has gone thus far. He has gotten Sikagari from Agrada in the cell. Has he gotten Sikagari from Agrada in the cell? By the way, the NDC is doing well, but we will plead with them to do away with the Dumso too. It's painful you used money to buy prepaid, yet you sleep several times in heat at night. From Mr. Daniel B. Nabla inside Sunyane. Mr. Nabla and Snow also anyway a bread ewaha. We so every yes, young kind of so far. So good morning, Fache TV crew. My name is Hamo Lion. My question is, please, what kind of digitalization did Dr. Baumia brought to Ghana? I want you people to educate me on it. What I know is all the digital infrastructure in Ghana was existence. He is not the one who brought Ghana card. Please just let me know what he brought to Ghana concerning digitalization. Hi, my name is Etuahine Da Costa, live from Pram. So please, every day, inflation drop every day, but we buy small items in our community. In MPP time, I buy bread and some items in high prices, and now inflation drops. I still buy in the same price. So what is the benefit for me, and what is the government doing about it? It seems that businessmen and women who they import are enjoying the inflation in Ghana. I said Ghana. And also it's me Eddie Abba. We so some of winning messages kakra inya.
Young say if you are kakra on our Facebook platform na yankin kaima wo na fi yanko ahwefo a won epese won ye di nkomo no yema won akwanya sima be enum na won so enchradwen once aye hwe eno no me kai wo say enei won a ede niam free amanone eba won a ede bi efiri o man Ghana mu ekwa amanone no adwumaku a woni won ebedi dwuma na won beboa ode niam free amanone aba na womudi bi free ha airco Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics adwumaku a wode won ho eto won so a eyeye ene ye ne won edi won ho nkomo yi bra na won moa efise ne wodi free amanone eba no esese ebeduru ntam ese se unua no ne nsa kan ne ma no de edi kotua school fees de yakoto card de ba mo ma commercial business ni nyina no Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics se uyo obi a ope car se ye cargo car se ye saloon car afra manone aba o man Ghana mu a se adwumakui na onu ndi nkomo a wo shipping ho ne ma no ebeba bedu boko e de ama o maame a owo kuro ketua mu wa hyehye ne ma a opese odi fra manone ebre no na efie wo mo bo won homoden a Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics adaroma wo de ne ma no beba bedu o man Ghana mu se eya akakaduro se eya mako se eya mankan na wonso di free o man Ghana mu e de kwa manone koton a adwumakuo ya beboa na wahwe se ebeduru amanone na wonso benya sika kakra e de aba enne de se wo invest usika wo hia adwumakuo a wo beye na obeye niye baabi a usika wo no ehwa na wakoma nso ewo Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics one Watema Community 2 Kotoka International Airport oba Kumasi a one wodi chem so ene woni nkomo enne na hwese enne pa ye ka ho asebi wonsa enka na 0246 760 890 0246 760 890 and 0597 429 329 0597 429 329 and 050 131 4369 050 131 4369 Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics one na ehwe wo export any we import nkomo no yensa aka messages ni bia ebe kan ya na okay yankwa na afi yamfa calls
ewo nkomo na yedi ewo hanom say what can the MPP do to regain the trust of Ghanaians eho messages kakra ewo hanom a epese mekan edema ETA4 na we free Clarence ya puku or say you want us to tell you so that you go and tell them we won't tell you that. No, so it's with the other. We're so free. Ahin Kweku. Also, we trust them always that they can do something about it because Baumia has already lost the credibility for Ghanaians, and it is very hard for us to know that we will vote for him. We're so free. Ahin Kweku dia. Also, it's him. They also free Stephen Obonto Banahen. Also, they should wait for 8 years too. Also free Banahene, also free Martin Chireme, also remove Baumia from the political party. To offer where your message can cry and say to me.
I don't pay wow, Ajibre na or haying Aquenya or so on so Obefrano pay on 020 633 4646 and 020 633 4747. Aquenya or Emma, you will see my baby num away nim ofre. Na opese wochira adwen won komo a ye ne abedwafo yi agebre adia ebeboa na oman Ghana ya achichire ni ye. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Openi down ho adi ni edi o.
We are 5 p.m. Atem akotia. Bia babu idumani fia ebonifo a etiti woni na. Ya unim say 1957 Moka was a Vice President of the DNA, actually, Marshal Baumia. Drew, Chair, Baumia, everybody. Got a meeting as one person, and then I can to Mississippi from Ewa Koti as enormous hospital. You see, Nipania Moja. Second, don't a draw. I bet you Moja Liato, Pakistan, not Wakofa. Not Nipania from all the beginning one, more than Quadrant one. Ghana card. Why not the buyer? A Bamian Ghana card. And now, Ukipa baby, you Ghana card. If you have a penny, before in here and Cabo, yet before the Kaakyire, Ghana for the one that come after Ghana for 3 million, one that can refer to the Diaba for more. Lord, dear Diana, Yeti. Yaman Bafom, Yama Bafom, and Valley, and one about from one. I am more said a year for you. You can look at a moon 20. Near for me, near my, I want to for the Eddie. I don't about them. If you made a look at Ghana for petrol, about for more, last day, water bill, Atlantica, Nina Mafo, into then I'll be catching Ganani. That's it.
Yes, that's it. I no pay. Why a cradwa? You know, everything come on. Hello, good morning. I no pay me until.
I don't pay no up to any papa, no body and what any kind of. The captain was turned off.
Western North for me in Timo.
Up any other to be and come on with the Atoma Kumasi, Papa, and Columbia and move them. Now, India, Omani, you see more will be there, come on. That's the sitting in your muscle with the other. But you know, Omani, you will. But you are generally, I mean, I see a people to some other from and now for car. Yeah, Janet, you say, and it is so. And then look at the overview working of your 4 brown who sing. Yato, Coco, there for some reason, not for some reason. Yen become one of the show. Indeed, a man of my sister, I was thinking of our 2 years. Yaman, Namamura. Some of my friends and we have to keep about you will be vice president in Ghana or Ghana. A president, no, your center, I was a year. No, one of them can be watching. Not that certainly, Uma was drafted or local Uma more effects more opinion will never challenge not a distributing no come yam you know, have 2. Sometimes you say, so I have 2 more. If you say, maybe we'll gratia. Bonfire man said, I won't come and I'm in as in general, critical. It's not just anyway, a European wife in the back of Malo, a Brasso. Opening, I will hold to Ghana, you have a Ghana in the Ghana in any.
Yeah, that's it. I will pay. Then come on, I don't know. Me GDC a bit me afa of refwa on so I ready now. Opeso yani edin come on. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Openi.
Hello.
Good morning. Okay. Me ni say ote yenka. Nti say obi foforo ho a e betimi na kasa. Hello, good morning. Openi, me ni nkomo e.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Richard, that's Kentampo.
Richard, Kentampo busua wo ho ye chia mo, ye tie o.
I said, my cousin, radio room. It can make it a the young people and Kwana.
Enti ye besere se abre nyina no unya efre ne ye fawa ye ne o edi nkomo no dwomo afidie no na obete ye nka ma ye nso yate wonka. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Openi mi ni nkomo anope.
But medele apu honorable apu. But it's vote na mahama kanya mo. Na mahama ba yo yi so money. Mo ya sa no. Best lo mo na bekana it's president John Dramani Mahama. Ni ka se am na pa na John do be ya mo mai Ghana. Mana ni ma benyam.
Ye be da se ni nyini se ye betimi afa obi ane no adi nkomo bio nyame yen adom a ochina nso ye betena ase na ye de Daybreak dwumadi a eba wo Fache television so no abrel on our social media platforms obetimi ene akoso adi nkomo updates no ye de bebrel ye bo wamane se koko nkomo no a ekoso no minority in parliament ebedi nkomo ewo ho sa nkomo a wombedi no ye de nyina ebebrel anopei ote Maestro nka Mr. Emmanuel Botwe Senior or Amstead and oba ebeboa en sa na opani Kingsford owusu ansa enso business consultant obaye ebeboaye Kaakyire na okan yen ho aye de dwumadie no ebrɛw yɛbɛda technical team ni nyinaa ase production team yɛda obia ase mede ni Kojo Marfo okasamafo ne ekosi dapem nyame nhye obibia